And are we live? How we doing?
How
the light on me is weird. All right, well, this is just me now.
You have your beauty light.
Yeah, of course.
Beauty
Yeah,
filter.
this is just me looking gorgeous.
Yeah, you're just radiating light.
Yeah, I'm absolutely glowing. It's part of my pregnancy. All right, can you guys hear us? Anybody there want to say something? Can you hear us? Can you see us okay? How's everything going? Hello, Mystical Rose. Hello, Ace
Hello.
Anderson. Hello, Emmy DeEgg. Hello, why are you reading?
I was about to say that. Why are you reading this?
Okay, so it looks like they,
Okay, they can hear
Shub
us.
says they can hear. Hey! So, everyone, today we've got a very special guest here today. We have the god Hades. Here he is. Boom. Did it. Oh, and Wilda's here too. I'm kidding. Wilda's the special guest. This is my partner, everybody. A lot of you guys keep asking about her, so she wanted to come in and show you all a bunch of really cool magic tricks.
No.
She's got so many amazing tricks she wants to.
I can do a disappearing act right now. You want to see that?
No, stay. Can you do an episode on Gilgamesh? I did. It's called Gilgamesh is Irresponsible. Look it up.
Hi, Bach. Is that hello, partner?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's pretty. Are they talking about me or you?
you're the gorgeous
I'm,
one.
I'm,
Look at
I'm
this.
so
Look at
pretty.
this.
Yeah. Ghost him.
Ghost him?
Don't
Oh,
ghost
I
me.
will.
Stay. For my history thing, we're talking about Athens and Sparta and which one we would want to live in, but I can't talk about the gods, so I really don't want to do it. Why can't you talk about the gods? Oh, you can't. You're not allowed to talk about the gods in your essay, you're saying. I would say pick Athens. Sparta is way harsher, on their people.
I know. Go more brutal. No?
So here's the difference going on here.
Yeah, hardcore.
I've been here 2 minutes and y'all already a whole vibe. Love that. Aw. Thanks for recommending Dow Larry's Book of Greek Myths. It's amazing. Isn't it, though? That's a great. How was Easter? Oh, we spent Easter Day. We spent the day after Easter together.
Yeah.
Well, remember, we did the egg smashing.
Yeah, we cracked an egg.
Yeah. Who won?
Yeah, it was a fun tradition.
Oh. Thank you for liking my country's mythology. Love from Greece. Oh, yay! We got an actual Greek person here. Yeah.
Yay. Why are you gay?
Are you gay? Well, it's just, one day I was sick of women and I decided, you know what? I like to try new things. I'm not actually gay, guys. I don't know where that
You're both pretty. You would have wonderful 3-headed puppies. Okay. Yeah.
It's funny because she tells me I act like a dog
He
a
is
lot
a dog.
of the time.
He is the embodiment of a puppy. He's just a
I'm
giant puppy.
Pupper.
He's Pupper.
I am Pupper. Hi, Mythology Guy. Hey, Mace Lord. Mace Lord comments a lot. That one right there.
Hello.
Yeah. He's changed his profile picture. His profile picture used to be from that game Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. It was just this derpy
Wow, you remember.
I remember a lot of my early commenters. Oh, Danny Phantom's here. Have you heard of the Eternals? Are you talking about the Marvel characters? Because I've heard of them, but I haven't really read their stories. I think they're they tie into mythology, so that's why he's asking.
Mm-hmm.
Do?
Wait, you're not gay. These are the comments I'm drawn to. Just
that's what you. I'm over here greetings and greetings. You're wait, you're not gay. That's what you spot immediately.
Yeah.
The mythology guy is best puppet. Lol, am I a good puppet?
Yeah.
Because really, she's the one who makes all of it.
Yeah, I pull the strings.
Yeah. I got strings to hold me down.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be the only pagan here, right? Well, we'll have to see what other people say. Have you played the Doom games? A little bit. They're a lot of fun. They're games where you shoot demons with a shotgun. fact, you might like that. About the card game, would love to buy it, but I live in a country where not a ton of people speak English and love mythology. Are you thinking of making an online version of it in the future? That's a big end goal. I really do want to eventually make it computerized.
Yeah. I mean, the physical game will come out first.
Yeah.
But then, depending on like the demand and everything, hopefully we can make like an online version of it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like that's gonna take a lot more work and a lot more money. So we're doing physical first, and if it succeeds, I'll happily start trying to do online. Well, I say I'll do it when she's really the one who looks into that stuff. Like you guys really need to thank Wilda for the game, like getting as far as it has, for coming up with the idea to make an Instagram page for it, and also it was Wilda's idea for me to start this channel in the first place. Her ideas. She is brilliant. She really is like the mind behind a lot of stuff here. Like, she's a freaking genius. Have you played Smite? I used to, but I'm not a big MOBA game person, so I stopped playing it. No, MOBA.
Oh.
MOBA is like a style of game where like characters run down an area and constantly fight off like waves of little minions. It stands for something like movement, and then I don't know what the rest stands for. Have you ever played Assassin's Creed? All of them. Your Hades videos were quite informative. Thanks. Oh, wow. Well, there's been so many. I don't know which ones he's talking
As a whole.
about. Yeah. Would you rather stay on the... Oh, God. No. Oh, God. The chat is...
I know.
Okay, I'm just going to finish reading that one I was reading. Would you... What? Oh, shit. It's gone. Oh, no. It's gone. Okay, well, oh, there it is. Would you rather stay on the island of the Amazons or stay in the underworld with Hades? Oh, well, I feel like let's see, like, on with the Amazons, like, it's a female-dominated society. There's not really a definitive myth on how they treat their men over there, so... I'm a little worried.
It's okay. You can be their toy.
Because
they're community.
They're not like the Huntresses avoid men at all times, but Amazons are female dominated, but they do still hook up with men.
You could be their bitch.
Excuse me, I am the alpha. No, I'm not.
Just hang out with this guy.
Yeah. If you had the chance, would you make your own TV show or anime around mythology? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. But as for what you were saying, Underworld with Hades, Hades is my favorite god, but I don't know how much fun he is to hang out with. I feel like he'd be like, I have to work. Like, he's just down there working all the time. And then when he has spare time, he's like, I'm spending that with my wife.
Yeah. He's a family man.
I guess I would check out the island of the Amazon. See what it's like. And then I end up regretting it. I get abused.
I like getting abused.
Who do you think is the strongest, Shiva, Odin, or Zeus? Shiva.
Really?
Shiva, the Hindu embodiment of destruction.
I know Shiva. You think she's stronger than the other two?
Shiva's a guy.
Fuck. Oh, I was thinking of the
you
crazy
were thinking of
Kali. Lol. Okay,
yeah, Shiva is like... I feel like the Hindu big three, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma, they're like more celestial than the other gods. They're like on the same level as like Nyx and characters in Greek myth. And Shiva is literally big enough to dance on top of the world and cause Armageddon. Zeus and like Odin.
Is that his default size, or does he like shrink?
I think he can change it at will. But there are a lot of things which say like Shiva, if Shiva felt like it, he could just wipe out. Shiva is basically Lord Beerus.
Lord Beerus,
yeah, she likes Dragon Ball. So yeah, like, I picture like the other gods are like on the same level as like, the characters are at the beginning of that movie where Shiva is Lord Beerus and everyone's like trying so hard not to piss him off. Would you rather have a sister, Artemis, or Athena? Ooh, okay, so Artemis would be that annoying, like, man-hating sibling, but Athena, I feel like, would be the I know everything better than you. What about you?
Who would I rather have as a sibling?
Yeah.
The know-it-all.
The know-it-all.
Yeah.
At least you're learning.
Yeah.
Could you do Slavic mythology? I've done 3 Slavic videos. I did a video called Drowning Marzana. I did a video called Fear Baba Yaga, and a video called Slavic Myth and Norse Myth.
Moo just proposed to you. Hey, let's get married.
How do you know they're not talking to you?
It's you.
Who do you want to marry? Like, because if you want to marry me, I don't see no ring.
I do. We're not going to do that.
On an inappropriate finger.
It's the best finger.
Shiva is an anorexic cat thing human. No, he's not literally Lord Beerus, but Lord Beerus is based on him. Have you watched Dragon Ball Super? Not yet. I wanted to read the manga first, and the manga's not finished. I've been collecting the manga. Here's one of them right here. Yeah. But yeah, I'm waiting for the manga to finish. Then I'm gonna binge through it because I like the mangas more than the shows, honestly. I got her into the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got her hooked. It's the only manga she's read.
I've also read rated R.
Oh god.
Sorry, we're keeping it rated G. Anyway,
MCU Thor or God of War Kratos? Oh jeez. Maybe MCU Thor. Especially now, he's got a way more powerful weapon now. Yeah. Yes, this stream has made my day. Already? Wow, it's been 10 minutes.
Wow.
We did it. We made his day.
Easy to please.
What's the most inaccurate thing in God of War 4? Oh, how Loki's age right now at the time after all these legends have Loki not being a part of all those legends that have already taken place. That's the most inaccurate thing, I would say. Also the gods who have been killed before Ragnarok has even started. What mythology is your favorite? Every stream. Okay. It's hard to pick a favorite because I love them all so much. I really do. And that's not just a PR answer. That is the legit truth.
Yeah.
Because each one is really unique. Honestly, if you look, you can find really unique things. The two closest are like China and Japan, but even then they have a lot of differences. Like China's got some really cool, interesting stuff, and Japan. What really helps Japan stand out is the weird shit, which I love. By the way, that's not a criticism. I love that Japan gets so freaking weird. When we were making the decks for the game, I was like, "Ooh, China and Japan share a lot of creatures. How am I going to make them stand out?" Now I had made China first, and with Japan, I was like, you know what? With Japan, I'm going to try to focus more on the weird shit.
Yeah, Japan's the crazy deck.
We've got a card for the giant foot. We've got cards for the living creatures, the Tsukumogami. So, and a card for the wheel with the face on it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird shit in Japan.
The Japan deck is pretty much chaos.
What god would you like as your partner? This one. She's the best partner anybody could ever ask for. And she's mine. It's too late. Y'all can't have her. This is my partner. My partner who made me a success. Yeah, Eternals like Ajax Sprite. I'm not entirely sure what you mean, man. Can you say Pingas?
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 Mm-hmm.
Well, there, I tried. I don't know. Native American creatures or Japanese creatures? Which are more dangerous? Oh, freaking hell. Probably, you know what? I'm going to say Japanese because there's way more of them. There's thousands of yokai in Japanese myth. Also, I'm not done learning Native American mythology. Thank you for that Sun Wukong TikTok. Really liked his baby pictures. Oh, I'm sure he was very embarrassed.
Yeah, he had a rocky start to life, but
Yeah, it was very hard for him. But, eventually he got on a roll. Would you rather have King Arthur's shadow dagger or Annabeth's invisible cap? Invisible cap. Who am I going to kill? I'll just have the cap. I'd love it. I would troll everyone around me.
You would. He would have too much fun with that.
I would put on the cap and go around. Well, they'd be like, "Hey." I wouldn't tell her I own the cap. She wouldn't know. I'd be like, "Hey." She'd be like, "Hey." I come over here, take the cap off. Hey! I'm like, I've been standing here.
It would give you too much power in this life. No. Nope.
Favorite kaiju? Gojira!
Gojira!
Gojira! Oh, we saw that movie together. That movie was great.
It was great.
That was a wonderful film.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make a video on the Tuatha De Danann? Yeah, I can. I did a fun fact about the Tuatha De Danann, by the way, are the gods in Celtic mythology.
Mm-hmm.
I did a video, a fun fact about Lu of the Long Arm, so that was kind of one of those. But yeah, I can try to do more. I haven't done a lot of Celtic videos. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any mythologies about sons of Hades? The only one I know of is Zagreus, and there's barely anything to his story. Like, he's like a harvest god.
What about the Tumbler child?
Okay, it's time for Wilda to go.
No.
First of all, that's not even a son, that's a daughter.
Yeah.
That is fan fiction. How did you get interested in mythology in the first place? Again, every stream. Loki, this stream has made my whole week. Military made my dad leave again. Oh. Well, I'm really glad that that you're enjoying the stream. Ace is another person.
Oh
who
yeah,
pops
I
by a
recognize
lot.
Ace. Yeah.
Yeah. Wilda looks through the comments sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, yeah. Love from us, Ace.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Being all corny and shit. Yeah.
This guy sent a ghost to me. All right, get out. It's my stream now.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
No, I'm leaving. All right, so what got me interested in mythology? My mom read me Dowleri's Greek mythology when I was 3 years old, and that's where it kind of began.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's from Georgia, the one that's in Europe, and Greek mythology is popular there, because there's actually a couple Greek myths that take place in Georgia. Like, Medea's country is Georgia in Greek mythology. That's where the Golden Fleece was. Also, apparently Prometheus was chained up, like the mountain, that's a Georgian mountain. So they take a lot of pride in that. They were like, Prometheus was here. Medea was here. I'm like, they're not real. I know some of you guys believe in them, so no offense or anything. It's just a funny joke I would do with my mom. Because she doesn't believe in it. She's Orthodox. So, Have you read The Song of Achilles? Not yet. It's on my reading list. That's by the same woman who wrote the Circe book you got me. She got me the Circe book, by the way.
Yeah.
One time we were in a bookstore and she was like, "Oh, you would like this," and she bought it for me. Mm-hmm. I'm glad we got the hardcover version because I don't think they sell that version anymore. Now
really?
It's just paperback, and I prefer hardcover. So yay! Thanks for getting me that. You're making everything sexual. What would be the jobs of Hades, Persephone, Zeus, Hera, Dionysus, Aphrodite, Odin, Frigg, Thor, Birgit, and all the other mythological gods and goddesses if they were mortal beings? Okay. Well, there would be a scandal with Zeus's company because everyone would find out he's been harassing every single employee. I feel like some of the Norse gods would be personal trainers and really intense personal trainers.
Yeah. I'm thinking Anubis. Is Anubis on there?
They said all the gods,
so
just
gods,
pick any god.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought he'd be like in the high intense facility guard.
He's just standing there.
Yeah. Or either like an owner of like a funeral home or something.
Yeah, a mortician.
Yeah.
And he's standing. People are like, we need to see the body. Right. Do you? I don't believe you made an appointment. We don't need an appointment. Yes, you do. Maybe rules don't matter to you. They matter to me. Like, that would be Anubis at his job. HR Zeus's company would be constantly crying.
Yeah.
Yes, they would. Would you rather fight Kali or Sekhmet? Oh, crap.
Good luck. Probably Sekhmet, because Kali's more extreme. Like, she's just bloodthirsty,
No,
right?
so is Sekhmet. They both
I know,
are.
but
That's why
isn't Kali a little cray-cray?
They're both cray-cray.
Oh.
Sekhmet went insane. Like, she was destroying everything to the point where, like, the only way to stop her was to trick her into, like, drinking, like, this spiced milk or something that I think was so spicy. Or no, this spice that was so spicy that she had to transform herself into a cow in order to make milk course throughout her body to stop it. So she had to literally turn into another god to stop the spice, and that was the only thing that stopped.
Well, maybe that's a good thing then. Maybe you want to go against her because I don't know. I feel like Kali's more crazy.
Actually,
and then
good
at
point.
least,
We know her weakness.
You know the weakness.
We know her weakness.
Yeah.
Drew C says, "Thank you, thank you."
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. I know we're not getting every single message, but the chat's kind of moving along. So, Amaterasu, friend or foe? Friend. Amaterasu's like, from what I've seen, she doesn't go out of her way to do anything bad. She's like nicer than both her brothers. Like they got Sekhmet drunk. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, different versions. Mythology Guy, you're welcome. Okay, cool. Any updates on the game? Oh, you want to take this one?
I mean, it's kind of similar to like the last update where we're almost done collecting all the art for the game. But that's still like part 1 really of like what's to follow.
Yeah.
But we still post updates on Instagram. He has some YouTube updates and TikTok updates as well.
Yeah, she pretty much summed it up pretty well there. But hopefully soon we're going to be able to show the game off in a stream or something. Thoughts on Holo EN YouTubers? I'm not sure who those are. I haven't seen them. Kiss, Screw, Kill, Aphrodite, Bast, and Sif. Oh god. Aphrodite, Bast, and Sif. Aphrodite does the most damage out of those 3, so I'll kill her. I know a lot of people are like, "What? You don't want to?" I want to save people. I don't need the fallout of hooking up with Aphrodite. What about you? Who would your kill be?
Would my kill be Aphrodite? Who and who?
All right. So and then it's who would you kiss and who would you screw? So Bast and Sekhmet. I mean, not Sekhmet, Sif.
Sif. Isn't Sif the Norse goddess?
Sif is the Norse goddess, and she's like incredibly wholesome and sweet.
Yeah, I'd probably just like kiss Sif, and then
And you want to screw Bast?
Oh, that'll be a ride.
Cat goddess, like,
meow.
Yeah. I feel like Bast would be a little too intense for me. I'll give her a little kiss on the forehead because she's a cat. And like, good kitty. All right. And then go be with Sif for a while. And then I guess, yeah, that would be mine. Then it turns out Sif is actually the most vengeful out of all of them.
She got duality.
Loki versus Hermes. I think Loki would win that. Loki is more of a warrior god than Hermes is.
But Hermes is tricky.
Loki is also tricky.
That's true.
Yeah. Top 5 Native American creatures? Ooh, that's hard. I think Wendigos are cool. I also think it's cool that they have giant, like, witch owl monsters. I can't really remember.
Is that when we did the Rick and Morty thing?
No, I think the Rick and Morty was in Australia. Yeah. This was when the colonizers were like, "Oh, we're being attacked by Skinwalkers are cool." Yes, I know you're not supposed to say Wendigo or Skinwalker, but look, we're fine.
How do we?
Also, you asked, so don't get on me now.
They said, "Do you have an Instagram account?" I'll comment.
Oh, yes, we do. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, the Instagram is. It should be in the description of this video too, because I put all the links in the description of this video. Favorite Norse character? Loki. I like Loki. But our Instagram is at Tartarus Games. It's for our game. Apep or Jormungandr? Ooh, who would win that fight? I think Apep would, because Jormungandr can wrap himself around Earth, but Apep is so big he can like swallow the sun, and the sun is way bigger than the Earth. Yeah, I don't even think Jormungandr can swallow the Earth. So, Apep is the bigger snake out of the two, I think. If the Star Wars villains worshipped a god, which god would it be?
A god of immense power.
I was going to say Erebus, because Erebus is the primordial being of darkness. And the Star Wars villains are like, "Come to the dark side. Let the darkness flow through you. Strike me down, and your journey to the dark side will be complete." Yes, they right here. Yes, here. There's Vader. Hades, where can I find Erebus? Shut up. Yeah. I don't know what that was all about. I had these, and that happened.
How's your throat after that?
It's fine. I'm gonna take up smoking. Like, listen here, sweetheart. Bayonetta, haven't played it yet, but I hear it's really good. What got you into mythology? I just answered that earlier. I love you, but I've answered that already.
We should have like a frequently asked questions.
Yeah. Indra versus Zeus. I think Zeus would win that fight because, Zeus is like the most powerful Olympian in Greek mythology. I don't know that Indra is the most powerful deva in Hindu mythology. I don't think he is.
Oh, Ace Anderson was like, when y'all gonna start reading the comments on the other videos?
Okay, here we go. I've got it
Yeah.
loaded up here. All right.
I can read it out.
Okay.
So who is your
Wait, say who's commenting.
So comment from Ultimate VTGB. Who's your favorite Norse hero? Like Sigurd, the Slayer of Fafnir, Egil. I can't.
Here.
I can't.
Who's your favorite Norse hero? Like Sigurd, the Slayer of Fafnir, Egil Skilagrimsson, or Ragnar Lothbrok, that sort of stuff. I really like Sigurd. We put Sigurd in the game.
Yeah,
he's going to be in it. Yeah. And, though, now that you mention these, like, maybe in the future I should add these ones in, too, because a lot of the warriors in our Norse deck are, like, just, like, types of soldiers, like Berserkers and Ulfthednar. We also do have, like, dwarves and elves and stuff. But, yeah, I should probably add these in. But out of these three, I'd probably say Sigurd. Like, Sigurd is cool. I like how he literally killed a dragon. The dragon's also in the game, by the way. Yep. All right. Do you want to read the next one? Whoop, sorry.
All right.
Oh, and you don't have to read this stuff about the Patreon.
Yeah. The True Zonian says, Zonian, which is your favorite mythos and who is your favorite god from said mythos? Also,
you don't have to read
yeah,
that. That part. Like, I also had a question for you guys in the last video, and like, I'll just read those in my private time. Okay. Which is, so your favorite mythos and favorite god from said mythos. So,
ooh, I can answer that.
Yeah, go ahead. She'll answer it for me.
Yeah, so favorite myth, Greek mythology, because that's pretty much kind of it was his foundational myth out of everything. And where is he? This guy's the favorite.
Yeah, Hades. Got a statue of him back there. Can you guys see it from here? Oh yeah. See that white statue there? That's Hades right next to Anubis, right next to big old Skeletor. Like I was saying earlier, it's hard to pick a favorite because I love them all for really different reasons, but if I had to, I'd say Greek because it was the first one. My favorite god is Hades. I love Hades. Hades is the best.
The bestest. Right.
Favorite ethnicity of mythology? You mean like race within a mythology? Probably yokai. Those are really cool. The Japanese monsters. Because those are really creative. All right. Oh, Wilda, we've got a huge question here from Braden Etheridge. My burning question is, how is your day? Wilda, how is our day? Well, we've never been asked that.
That's deep.
So far, it's going well. People seem to like this. So, yeah, I'm enjoying that. Oh, Drew C., which mythological god do you think is the funniest when angry? I think, like, when the gods are angry, laughing is the last thing we do. We run in the other direction.
I mean, maybe Loki's kind of funny when he's angry, because isn't he bitter towards Balder? Like, every time Balder...
He literally killed him!
Some people say that's funny.
I mean, we're laughing right now. Sure, maybe Loki's the funniest when angry, because... he's gonna do something. A little sitcom. Oh, that Loki! And you just show in the intro just him like throwing the mistletoe and Balder falling dead. Oh, that Loki!
Yeah.
How are your feelings on Dante's Inferno? It's really cool. I've played the video game based on it. Very interesting adaptation. Oh,
what is Wilda's favorite myth? Like out of all the different mythologies, like which type, or like
what's your just favorite myth, like
myth in
story
general
or creature, I guess. Yeah, either one.
I mean, if I'm gonna pick like myth type or something, I don't know, just basing it on our game, I'm just gonna pick like Aztec for now. Yeah, just because look, I'm not as big of like a myth person as Andrew. He's the mythology guy, right? But in our game we do a lot of sacrifice with that, and it's funny to like kick someone's ass, afterwards.
She's very competitive, by the way.
So I like Aztec.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'd run for my life if they were angry. I noticed somebody's asked multiple times, what do you think of a mythology-based Dungeons and Dragons campaign? I think that's a really fun idea.
I think that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, might do that in the future. Like, is Norse mythology part of something in history? Well, all mythology is a little rooted in history, but I don't know for sure. Like, I'm a myth lover. I'm not really an expert historian, so it would be hard for me to like. I don't know for sure. Do you like Mongol mythology? Haven't read it yet. If you were to have one mythical weapon, what would it be? Hades' helmet of invisibility, so that I could go, hey, hi, hey, hey, hey. That's what I would want.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fantastic. What game are you guys talking about? Oh, we're making a game together, for anyone who doesn't know. We're making a card game, and there's a link to the website and its Instagram in the description of this video.
Yeah.
There should be, because I put one in before like the stream got started, so it should be there. And if it's not there, it's in every other one of our the videos on this channel. So
yeah, it's a mythology-based card game, like similar gameplay to like inspired by like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering. So fingers crossed that we launch that this year. So
do you think Christianity is a blend of different mythologies? Well, I think like different religions and mythologies always influence each other. So I think that kind of applies to a lot of different stories. But, you know, Christianity has its own stuff, too. I'm Christian myself, so it's a bit of a weird question for me to answer. But, you know, I can be.
Karen in it is like, if you could kill any god, what would it be?
Ooh.
Oh. I feel like the god that just hurts the most people for no reason.
You know,
maybe.
The funny thing is, like, Loki is one of my favorite gods, but if I killed him, Ragnarok wouldn't happen, and we'd all be okay.
Oh, really? So you would?
I don't wanna, but it's like, Loki, you know, I'm doing this for the world. Sorry.
Oh, no!
But then again, if I killed him, he'd probably go straight to Helheim, which his daughter rules over, and she just lets him leave.
Yeah, he's just gonna come back.
Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's a bad idea. I know a lot of people want to kill Zeus, but if you kill Zeus, there's going to be a huge power vacuum on Olympus, and everything's going to go to shit. I don't know. It's hard to pick.
I mean, Eris is she just does chaos all day, right?
That's true.
That's her thing.
But if you kill her, her mother is Nyx. Do you want to piss off Nyx?
No! So the root.
So you want to kill Nyx?
The root of all evil.
You know, it's hard. We don't know whether Nyx herself is evil, but she does have a lot of evil kids. Would you rather live in Hades or Niflheim? Oh, Hades, because in the underworld, part of that is Elysium, which is heaven. Like, Niflheim is just the realm of constant freezing cold.
Oh, I love what what's his name, Gravity Brick said. If you kill Zeus, you are killing billions.
Okay,
I love that.
That is wonderful. Okay, let's read the next one of these. So now that we've answered, how is our day? Okay. So Lilacs asks, of which Greek gods would you want to be as your neighbor?
I know who you pick.
Would the Greek gods be mad about the Kardashians being a more famous family than them? How is your day? And I hope you're doing well.
So we're just going to answer the last question.
Yeah. So we're doing well.
I know who you'd want as your neighbor.
Okay, who?
What's his freaking name? Dionysus.
Wilda, I would want him as my friend, but as my neighbor? What if I'm trying to
that's
sleep?
True! That's true! Maybe
I don't need your neighbors right now.
True. Oh, God.
No, I don't think anyone wants Dionysus as a neighbor. Dionysus, do you know what time it is? Yeah, it's party time, bitches.
It's always party time.
What am I gonna do? He's a god. I can't piss him off.
Then who do you want as your neighbor?
Who would I want as my neighbor? Maybe like Demeter or Persephone, because their garden would be so nice. Yeah.
Or I was thinking maybe Hestia.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right.
Wholesome.
You're right. Hestia, I think, would be the best neighbor.
And you know,
ever.
if you're having a down day, you come to
You're
her.
Like, come talk to Hestia.
Yeah, she'd be like, you know, the mom. You're doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Hestia would be the best neighbor.
Hestia's the bestia.
In fact, to the point where I just move into her house with her, and she's like the dorm mother.
Yeah, we all move in with Hestia.
I'm sad.
Oh. Is there a god that was just like super nurturing and just loving all day?
Hestia.
Just Hestia.
Like that's like been a big in joke with like the audience and some of the videos I've made. Hestia is bestia. I'm glad I started that. That's a thing now. Like, weren't you there when I first said that? Like, Hestia is bestia.
Mm-hmm. You made the pun.
Yeah, I did it to make a pun, but yeah, now my whole audience says it all the time, and I'm thrilled. I have started this term. Hilda, aren't you proud of me for starting this pun?
Sure.
My puns annoy her. And yet she was the one who said, you know, why don't you make pun videos since you like making puns so much? And now I do. And then when I would make them, she would call me like an hour after I made them. And I knew she had just watched them because here's how she would be when she called. I'd be like, hello? And she'd be like, Andrew, you deserve pain. And so she would send me some cringy video to make me suffer as she is suffering. If Zeus was rickrolled, he would take your wife. Zeus would take your wife whether you rickroll him or not. Hey, I'm using Kali to be a superhero. Should I use a different Hindu god? I love the idea of Kali as a superhero. I'd want to see that shit. Have you beat any God of War? Oh, the games? Yeah, all of them. I've played all 6 of them all the way through. In fact, we've streamed 2 of them all the way through at twitch.tv/Zaggard. You guys should come join us, you know, if you want to, you know, be cool. There's
an interesting question from Gravity Bricks. Would you rather live in Olympus or Asgard?
Ooh, Olympus, because in Asgard I feel like there's also constant, like, you know, bloodshed and shit. I'm a guy who likes to relax.
You know, you were thinking of that. I was thinking, which has the most booze? It would be more fun.
Asgard has more booze.
No, but then I was thinking Olympus has that, like, the elixir drink or something.
Nectar.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's alcohol.
That's where my mind is like, where can I have
But Olympus
fun?
has Dionysus, so you could always just go party with him.
True.
I imagine partying with I like to picture like Hermes, Apollo, and Dionysus all hang out together. Like Hermes is like the funny one in the group. Dionysus is like the fun one, the alcoholic, and Apollo's the guy with the guitar, even though no one asked him. Just like, hey guys, how you doing? Apollo, you can just talk to us, and Dionysus just hands Hermes a
he's the one who always answers and sing along.
Yeah. So how was your day? My day was a day of beauty. I wasn't asking you. It was quite a day, let me tell you. Oh, for God's sake. For our sake. Yeah. Like I imagine that's how those 3 are.
Right.
So I'm going to go to the next one on here. Oh, wait, we didn't answer... would the Greek gods be mad that the Kardashians are more famous than them? They wouldn't need to be mad because they would have already killed them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The Kardashians are proof that the Greek gods are not looking at us. Like, because they would not tolerate that. They'd be like, excuse us. All right, so Young Whippersnapper 2 Electric Boogaloo, there's a name, says, dude, your channel has taught me more about mythology. Yay! I'm really happy to hear that, man. I'm glad you learned. Yep, and there's a response from Aquarius Cameron. Yep, same. Wonderful. Really, that is really great, though. Okay, that guy you know. Wow, it's a guy we know. He asks, is there any mythos that you would like made into an anime? Oh, all of them. In fact, I've heard there is one now called Record of Ragnarok.
Oh.
I need to check that out at some point. Yeah. All right. Now, we've got a question from Finlay Brolks. I just said we've got a question. The first line. I don't have a question.
That's funny.
Damn it, Finlay! You made me look like an idiot. and I doubt you'll see this. Well, you proved me wrong, and now I've proved you wrong, so I guess we're even. But I just wanted to say, I think it's genuinely so sweet of you to have that attitude.
Aw.
It's great to find relatively small creators like yourself with a passion for what they do and a rare humbleness, both of which you seem to have in spades.
Aww.
That's so sweet, Finley. I hope you're seeing this because love you, man. That's really nice. Fudge. That's really, really cool. Damn. All right, Ethan Brenner says, what is the most obscure bit of lore you know about monsters or mythology? Kind of like how vampires in Europe are inexplicably addicted to counting small things.
Oh, is that what inspired the Count in Sesame Street? Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know. I never thought of that.
Yay! That is something.
I always thought he was the count. It was a pun because his name is the Count and he loves to count. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
But no. I choose to believe this.
Yeah.
The vampires going up to their victims. One victim. Two victims.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, most obscure bit of lore I know. Oh, there's what's the most obscure? I mean, I know of some really weird creatures in Japan. And in Aztec. I suppose one obscure bit is you can defeat Sekhmet by getting her drunk.
I eat with a fork says, can I see your manager?
There you go. You saw her. Why are people still asking about this? You're right here. Which god would be the best at chess? Athena. Kick ass. I think Athena does. You know what? While like those three gods are hanging out on Olympus, Athena's sitting in front of a chessboard like, who wants to play? Hello? Anybody want to play? Come on. Hey, Artemis, do you want to play chess? No. What? You're a bad winner.
Hey, I have a question for you. Who is the Athena of all the other myths?
Ooh, okay. Well, in Norse mythology, it's Mimir, the head, god of wisdom. And I don't think Aztec mythology really has an Athena.
Like the smartest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's a lot of wisdom in Hindu mythology, so it's a little hard to say with that one.
Who's the wokest?
The wisest. I'm also trying to answer this like obscure bit of mythology question also. Oh, you want to know one obscure bit of mythology? In Yggdrasil, the world tree, at the top where there's an eagle and at the bottom there's a snake, and they're like constantly like insulting each other by sending a squirrel to carry their gossip to each other. Like they tell the squirrel Ratatoskr, they say, now you tell the eagle that I said that he's a bitch. And then he goes up there and eagle goes, oh, he said that? Well, you tell the snake that I said that I banged his mom. And then the squirrel goes back down.
That would make a good video.
Yeah, that would actually make a good video. So yeah, I think that's a pretty fun obscure myth. Is like that there's literally a gossip squirrel on the world tree.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
List that.
Oh, and here's another one that just popped in my head because you got me thinking about vampires. One of the ways to stop someone from to prevent vampires is to bury someone face down, so that when they do become a vampire and they awaken, they'll try to dig their way out, but they'll dig forward and they'll think they're digging towards the top, but they'll actually dig down towards the center and like dig all the way down and land in hell.
No, they land in China.
Well, back then they didn't know China was on the other end.
China's always existed. Didn't we say that God lives in China because everything's made in China?
Oh my god. Where do you learn about mythology? Books and internet. If you want to see the books I recommend, check out the link in the description to the... Like, I put all of my most highly recommended books in an Amazon store page, so you can check them all out there. And yeah, other than that, the internet. I sometimes use the internet as like a second or third source.
Barbara Price, XOXO, Gossip Squirrel.
That's great, Gossip Squirrel. God. How many mythologies do you know, and are you planning on learning more? 8, and yes, the ones I know well are Greek, Egyptian, Norse, China, Japan, Aztec, Hindu, and Celtic. Those are the ones I know pretty darn well. And then I'm currently learning Filipino, Polynesian, and Native American, and Mesopotamian, Arabian. Like I'm not literally reading all of this at once, but I'm like going between. I know some Arabian because I read Arabian Nights as a kid, but I'm really trying to go into it now and learn as much as I can. So yeah, I know 8 really well, and I'm trying to learn like more like really well. Would you rather be Kratos' son or Gelos? Oh, saying who do I want to be the son of? Probably Kratos, because Kratos like takes care of his son. So you know the boy. What about Mayan? Oh yeah, I know Mayan. I should have just said Mesoamerican is the one I know. Like it's a mixture of Mayan, Aztec, and Inca. So yeah, I know those pretty well. Can we get a release date for the card game? Trust me, if we had it, you would already know it.
Yeah. Ideally this year, like towards the end of this year.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. To have a Kickstarter up by then.
Yeah. Like we want to make sure that when it launches, it's good quality. Like we want to make sure the art is good quality. We want to make sure we play tested everything to make sure there's no easy exploits or stuff like that. That doesn't guarantee there won't be, but we're going to do everything we can to prevent it. That's the thing. In your opinion, is Slavic mythology just Norse with more happy? I think the two influenced each other a lot, kind of like Japan and China influenced each other a lot, but they still had plenty to stand out from each other. That's how I feel about Slavic and Norse.
We could do some more questions.
Yeah, let's do some more from here now. Okay. Suggestions from Raviri Nunez. Number 1, how about a video of 30 facts about you? At least people won't ask the same questions all over. Good point.
That's a good idea.
That's a good point. Yeah. Number 2, regarding about mythologies, you can have polls of what to talk about, a specific myth, etc. Then by the time you have a live chat, you can discuss that to everyone. After the discussion, you can scroll some few more questions on the comments section. Anyone has a better idea, feel free to fill in. You know, these aren't bad suggestions.
Yeah, those are really good suggestions.
Yeah, nice ones. All right, we've got a question from Shub. I think I saw Shub in the chat here earlier. Yeah. All right, Shub, hopefully you're still watching. What is another subject you are interested in besides mythology? And what is your favorite mythology game? I love your videos. Thank you for the amazing content.
Aww.
Thank you, Shub. Things I love besides mythology are Legos.
I've
got so many.
You got the new one. I almost want them to see the new Lego.
Okay, I'll show it off. I'm going to need you to get up.
Okay, fine.
Please. Okay.
We're still here. Do not leave.
I was finally able to find this not at an insanely inflated price. Ta-da! Hell yeah. I also like Star Wars, in case you can't tell. Got the Star Wars all-terrain armored walker. All-terrain armored transport. That's what it is. AT-AT.
And it can do this.
Yeah.
Like, whoop, 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 whoop. I love that.
Yep, and yeah, it opens up and whee! Absolutely, totally not jealous. I love Legos so much, and yeah, this was basically like, you know, sometimes like we like reward ourselves for hitting milestones. This was like hitting 30,000 subscribers. Yeah.
Oh, so thank you guys for that.
Yeah, honestly, thank you guys.
If you guys weren't here, he wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Oh god. So yeah, I love Legos, I love Star Wars, I love video games. Favorite mythology-based video game is Age of Mythology. I love that game to hell and back. That was the game that got me into Egyptian and Norse myth, by the way. So owe a lot to it. I'm really glad you love the videos. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm just gonna say hi to Believe Studio. She's like, hi, waifu. Hi, waifu. I was like, why is someone calling me waifu here? I'm like,
Oh,
my
your
wife.
friend
Oh.
is watching. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, Believe
Aw.
Studio. If you like K-pop, check her out. Love you.
Okay. That's really awesome. Have you read Supernatural Encounters? I have not, but I'll add that to my list of things to check out.
Mm-hmm.
This list has gotten very long, by the way. Okay, where is my... Yeah, here we go. Things to check. Supernatural Encounters.
So you want to go ghost hunting?
Who you gonna call?
We're gonna go ghost hunting.
Yeah, we're gonna go hunt some ghosts. Okay.
Oh, I love you, Wilda. I love you too.
Aw. If you weren't into mythology, what would you be doing? Laying down, accomplishing nothing, and wondering where my life went. I'd probably be doing comedy. Like I was trying to do stand-up comedy before I tried to start this channel and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's one thing what helped give her the idea that I should start the channel. She was like, "Hey, you know, stretch your creative muscle."
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I used to do stand-up comedy. Hopefully I can start doing it again eventually. It's just with the virus and everything, stand-up comedy kind of stopped being a thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in ghosts? Kinda. It's hard to say. Like, you know, I mean, like, I believe in them enough to not go hang out at the old abandoned mansion for a
Why
night.
not? Wait, we were gonna go ghost hunting, right?
Yeah. Wardrobe tour when? Oh, you want a tour of that?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really do
actually.
that in my studio
Andrew,
tour.
they want you to do a catwalk.
Oh, God.
Do you guys
They come
want to
out,
see
like,
him
with
do a
every
fashion
outfit.
show?
Oh, God. I'm
Let
gonna have
us
to
know.
lose some weight first so I can fit in a
No.
small thing.
You know, you gotta bring it
Oh,
all.
God.
Let us know if you want him to do a fashion show of all the stuff in his closet.
If you could be the god of anything, what would it be? Having fun. I'd be like a Dionysus-ish god.
We got a yes, Andrew.
People want the wardrobe. Okay,
Yes, fashion show.
I'll do one eventually.
I'll film.
Oh, God. Yeah, I would be a god of parties, kind of like Dionysus, because I would want to be the kind of god who just has a good time with people and helps people have. Okay, people really want the wardrobe tour. Okay, you should do a Let's Play God of War. I did that. I've been doing that for months. Go to twitch.tv/Zachard. We did God of War 4. We just finished God of War Ascension. We're going to do all the God of War games. Go join us. I love it when people come join and chat. I love interacting with live chat. That's why I do this.
Yeah.
So, guys, come to the freaking stream.
Yeah, it's every Wednesday.
Every single Wednesday.
Yeah. Is it in the chat description box?
I don't know. If it's not, I'll put it in. But like I do have videos in the past on this channel saying, and every Wednesday I do a community post. We're streaming now. Come join us.
Yeah.
So yeah, come join the streams, guys. We don't care about your physical appearance. We still love you. What a subtle way to say.
I think that was sweet.
No, it was sweet.
Ooh, where's this word? Garlic is nice.
Ooh.
That's the username. Who is Wilda's favorite god?
Ooh, I knew that question was coming.
Oh my god.
The fashion guy.
Fashion guy. I don't know, like off the top of my head, I think maybe Anubis, just because it's just his demeanor, just his personality. He's just like solid badass vibes. And if not him, probably Thor, just because all powerful. And I even have like a Norse rune tattoo here, which Turisas, and it's like supposed to be Thor's hammer. And I don't know. Yeah.
In your opinion, who's the most relatable character in mythology? In my opinion, it's Gilgamesh, because he goes through an existential crisis like we all do. That's a really good point. Actually.
Who's a very sad Greek myth?
All of them?
All eternally sad. That's the most relatable one. Who suffers the most?
God, probably Oedipus. But that's not something relatable. We don't all kill our dads and find out we've been hooking up with our moms.
I mean, in Alabama.
Oh my God. I think one story that hit home with me was the story of Zhong Kui in Chinese mythology, how he was working hard, to become a good samurai, but he was shunned for his status.
Oh, I love that.
His appearance, and to the point where like it literally like his depression led to his death. But then the ruler of the underworld saw his potential and gave him a chance to prove himself, and then he did. And then he made him a god. He became the god of the dead, commander of the army of the dead, and he ended up. That's a story I really love, and it's kind of really a god who was a guy with severe depression, and that's, I feel like that's a nice relatable story.
Yeah. Oh, I must confirm this. Nick6683 says Anubis has big D energy. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. What do you mean? There's no D in his name. I don't understand.
Oh, you wholesome soul. Ah! No!
Anyway. Okay, so I is the Brian of bigness asks.
Ooh, that's big energy.
That's some big energy right there. What minor god do you like to bring light to the most? Oh, like which one do I like to draw attention to the most? What minor god do I like drawing attention to? I mean, I like making Thanatos videos. Those are always fun. Yeah, I have fun with those. Oh, the one I like drawing attention to the most, the bean god, Diomedes.
Oh, someone said gotta be.
Oh, yeah!
That's a real fan right there.
There you go. Nick6683. He knew what I was going to say. He knew what I was going to say. Yeah. I am the Lord of Beans. Yeah. All right, well, so that's definite. Valkyries or the Fates? Who would win? The Fates! The Fates will literally decide who will win before the fight even starts.
Mugwort the Witch has an interesting question.
What's your opinion on the Egyptian god Majed? He's literally a guy with a cloth over his head. Like, oh, I've seen that. Yeah. It literally looks like a little kid in a ghost costume for Halloween. I think it's hilarious, and it makes me kind of... Yeah, he is. I kind of want to put him in the game.
That's cute.
Here, like, let me show you Majed. Hold on. Like, I'm gonna show her, like... That's another minor god that's great to bring attention to.
I'm already crying from the
J
cuteness.
before the D. Majed. That's Majed. Oh, that's just a little. Anybody else want to see? Yeah, just a little like, with the feet. We got to get our most epic artist to draw this guy. Make him look amazing.
We made that.
Oh yeah, actually that would probably be good. Iwiwi did all of our Tsukumogami.
Yeah,
she's very talented. All right, so Cool Bean. Wow, we were just talking about Cool Bean asks, which piece of mythology media, like books, movies, or anime, is your favorite? The Percy Jackson series. That's my favorite. I love that series.
And the movies.
Okay, Wilda has to go now because, she can't behave herself. All right, Jason Arnolds says, could you please make a longer video about the Greek gods and goddesses, explaining things about them and stuff?
We're thinking of doing
I'm thinking of doing stuff videos like that. Yeah, it's like I make the videos like on TikTok. Most of my videos on TikTok, because TikTok gives me an easy way to record and edit them and everything, even though TikTok has a lot of problems. And TikTok limits you to 60 seconds, but I am thinking of, we're thinking of like maybe making some longer types of videos. So I could probably do something like that in the future. Wilda, I give you 3 options. Or was that the comment you wanted?
From Golden Polonia. Wilda, I give you 3 options. A shape-shifting goddess of trickery, a winged goddess of swiftness, or a horn goddess of sliders. Choose wisely. Are these gonna go after me? Is that the question? Oh shit. Maybe I'll go with A. Just because, she's going to be tricky. But maybe that thing won't kill me. So, maybe they'll just fuck with me real quick. And that'll be that,
Yeah, of course. What do you think is a misconception about Norse mythology that Marvel fell for? The way you lift Thor's hammer.
Hi, Drusy.
Oh, and Loki and Thor being brothers. Loki is not Thor's brother. Loki is like Odin's like friend who they became blood brothers with. That's how Loki is a member of the family. So yeah, I think that's one thing Marvel like. There's several Marvel mistakes, but Marvel's still cool.
Ooh, this is a good question. Cherokee Williams says, "What is the weirdest way a god has been defeated?"
Ooh, well, getting Sekhmet drunk.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but aside from her.
Yeah, I'm trying to because we just talked about that. What's the weird way another god was defeated? Ares getting shoved into a jar.
Yeah,
that's one.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Zeus literally getting hypnotized to sleep by Hypnos. That's the only way Zeus has ever been defeated.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, Hannah Vasmi Burney says, "Fave ship in mythology."
Ooh.
Wait, are you talking about physical ship or like shipping
about shipping a relationship, I'm sure. Because if we're talking physical ship, it's probably Naglfar from Norse myth. Eros and Psyche are cute.
Excuse me, Hades and Persephone?
Yeah, everyone says that. I'm trying to say something a little different.
Okay.
But those are cute too. Eros and Psyche are cute. That's like the big love story it's the big love story in Greek mythology. Psyche literally goes through all these like trials and adventures in order to like win like Eros back because Aphrodite doesn't want them together because Eros is her son.
Oh, she goes after him?
Yeah, Aphrodite tries to like get Psyche killed or stuff, but Psyche overcomes like all the
for Eros.
That's like one of the only Greek stories with like a female main character who like overcomes.
Oh, what about the love story between Narcissus
and himself?
No, the girl.
Echo. Oh my god.
That's the real love team goals.
Oh god. What would the gods think of your card game? I think every single god would go, "Why isn't my character more
powerful?" This is all?
Do either of you read Lore Olympus? Not yet. You know what I might do? I might just read it like live in a Twitch stream or something and then post that on because I kind of... Everyone's built it up for me so much. I kind of want to read it with the community. I think that would be more fun that way. So
you can be story time.
Yeah, it's welcome to story time with the mythology.
Ooh, that's another thing, guys. Do you want Andrew to... So he was read myths going to sleep, right, as a kid. Do you want him to read you bedtime stories of myths? Let us know in the
And then the bedtime stories, some horrific. And then the one Yudo did bite the legs off the baby and chew them down as the child screamed in terror.
Yeah, you'll think it's wholesome, but you'll mix up the stories.
Is Greek mythology real? That is a trap question, and I'm not going there. I don't know. Yeah. OMG, I love Lore Olympus. Good for you.
Ooh, bedtime stories.
People want bedtime. So people want the catwalk. People want bedtime stories. Yeah. Look what you're doing. See what you've done.
What I do?
That would be amazing. Fun fact, at one point in time, there were 3 different groups of Mirai. Yep. Children of Nyx, older than Chaos, and Children of Themis. They appeared in different religions. Huh. That's interesting. Probably talking about... Are you also talking about the Norns and stuff like that? Okay. My thing went sideways, so I'm trying to... There we go. Oh, shoot. It scrolled all the way back up to the top. Okay. Michael Flamel says, "I was just wondering how the card game's progression is going. Just a general gist of everything that you can tell us has gone on. Also, how are you? Could be mentally, physically, emotionally. Just checking in."
Aww.
Well, physically, I'm fat.
Some people would say healthy. No.
Mentally, I'm pretty happy right now. I like interacting with you guys. I love that my partner's in this one. You should be in all of them. The card game, we touched on that earlier. Like, the art is nearing completion, thankfully, but there's still other steps we have to do. And I would love to show the game off on stream for you guys. That would be a ton of fun. But yeah, that we kind of went over that already, I think. Are you interested in... Oh, this is from Juliana Khadija. Are you interested in Brazilian folklore and myths? As a Brazilian who really likes your videos and really likes mythology, it would be really interesting to see a foreign point of view on our legends. Oh, that's really sweet. I don't really know much Brazilian, but, you know, sometimes people ask me to cover stuff I don't really know, and so I do a little crash course over the course of several hours, and then I try to come up with a video. So, I'll give it my best go. Like, I think I've had a couple other people request Brazilian, so I should give it a go. I'll definitely give it a go, Juliana. Thank you. I'm really glad you like the videos we make. Dudley Topping asks, if you could insert yourself into any mythology, what would it be? It would be Hindu, because that's the one where the gods don't constantly come down and fuck everybody's day up. They do sometimes, but not as much as in the other mythologies.
Andrew, you don't need the gods to have your day fucked up. Oh, I'm kidding.
Danny Phantom asks... Danny Phantom's just got some info on the Athena movie. Apparently they're making a movie about Athena. It might have a cameo from Arachne. Also, look up the Eternals characters. What are your thoughts? Okay, I'll look them up later. I can't look them up right now. We're in a live Q&A. And, it's cool if there's going to be an Arachne cameo in the Athena movie. I hope the Athena movie's good. It's really hard for me to find info on it. Like, I kept looking up and people are just saying, there's an Athena movie, and it's like, yes, but what's it gonna be?
Ooh, this is a fun question. AC/DC says, tamed mythical creatures as pets.
Ooh. So, like, which ones would we want? Cerberus. You gotta have the three-headed pupper. We love dogs. Like, we love dogs. We were just at where you're staying right now, and they have two dogs there, and we could not we
had a play date with dogs.
Dogs are the best fucking pets ever. And you can't change my mind unless maybe you want to make an argument for monkeys. So yeah, you gotta have Cerberus. You gotta have it. Yeah. Also, I'll bet Amit the Devourer would be cute as a little pet, from Egyptian mythology. The alligator, lion, hippo. I'm just imagining him waddling on the little hippo legs and just coming over. Be fun. The devourer of men's souls. Hey, Ace Anderson! Me again. Just wanted to remind you how much your content makes my day. Seriously, the notification makes my day every single time. Love the corny jokes and the mostly mythically accurate stuff. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you. Aww, that's adorable. It's adorable. Oh, Drew C has to go. Bye, guys. Bye, Drew C. I think we answered a few of your questions, hopefully. Yeah. How do you spell the Twitch channel? Zagard.
Yeah.
Zagard.
I think I can type it out.
All right. Do you do Arthurian legend? I think I've only done a pun for King Arthur, but I can try to do more because I do know the King Arthur story. I've read it. You're not. Yeah. Click then. All right. Wilda's writing in the Twitch thing. Twitch.tv.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
TV and then slash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there's the Twitch channel for anyone who didn't know. Question: what god Kratos would be best friends with? I feel like he'd get along well with Tyr from Norse myth, especially with how they built that up in the latest game. So, yeah, probably Tyr. He'd probably get along well with Horus, too, actually, because of the story Horus has had as the Avenger, and Kratos is also an Avenger, so I think they would, bond heavily over that. The difference being Horus likes his dad, Kratos does not.
Oh, so Believe Studio asks, would you rather be Zeus harassing someone or the someone that Zeus is harassing?
Zeus harassing someone? I know. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather be inflicting pain than taking it because I'm a selfish, horrible person. Why you gotta take us there, man? Why you gotta take us to that?
Believe Studio is the best, that's why.
Also, Zagard has all the Twitch streams on his YouTube channel, which is in my featured YouTube channels on my channel. I said channel a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Next question is from Aiden Dupnik. All right. Hope this finds you in good spirits and health. Well, sorry, our spirits are horrible and our health is even worse.
Yeah.
I was wondering if your card game you would ever do reprints, like similar to Pokemon, new versions of cards with each new generation. If so, would they be like different renditions from different stories, or would they just be new artwork? I think they would just be new artwork. We've talked about possibly doing that because we've had an artist do a version of a card, and then we've had another artist do a version we liked better.
Yeah.
So we could always like possibly release the old unused versions, or like we've been it's possible when we have a higher budget we might have some of the other art redone. So yeah, I could definitely see us doing that. Yeah, we are very budgeted right now, so like things might change in the future. But I don't think I would change up all their abilities because that would, there's already tons of characters. Please give Kiamides a card. I might make it Kickstarter
actually,
exclusive.
It could be like the fan request, or what do you call this? A crowd favorite?
A funding goal, or something like it. Hey, if we reach this much,
I'll
put
People's Choice. People's choice mythical creature.
Yeah, put Kiamides in the game. The Lord of Beans. I'm still upset that I didn't have you somehow incorporate my Mighty Beans collection into that video.
Well, you could.
What's your favorite god and goddess out of all the mythology you know? Hades and Kali. Those two are the favorites. That question was for Mr. Lazy Oof. Can you make a future react video to overly sarcastic productions video on Loki? All right, sure. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the video and your interpretations of the lore. P.S. Love your videos and personally would love to see more personal content like other hobbies you have. Maybe as a reward. I think that would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
That was from Macroy's dad. I'm sorry if I butchered that.
Macro is dad.
Oh, Macro is dad, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I read that as like McCroy. McCroy dad. Oh, that's a cool idea. I mean, all right, yeah, I guess we could try. I could try to do a reaction video to that. I've seen overly sarcastic productions before. They're very, very good creators. Great. What are you going to do when you get to 40K or 50K subs? Well, hopefully, I'm trying to create another review video because people have said they want that. It's a ton of work, so I'm trying to plan out how exactly it's going to work. And I would love to reward people for that tier. I still have to reward people for the 20 and 30,000 tier, though. I rewarded myself, but I haven't really rewarded you guys yet. I think
we should for 50K.
Yeah, we definitely need to for 50K.
For
That's a huge milestone.
For sure.
Ooh,
that's a fun question.
Who is more powerful, the Fate or Morose? Morose is the embodiment of doom, and the Fates decide what happens. So it's that's interesting. I feel like the Fates are, because I feel like Morose's only territory is doom, whereas the Fates encompass all futures. So I would say the Fates are more powerful. What Greek god would be the least likely to get you killed if they had a crush on you? Hestia.
Oh, my mind. If they crushed you,
Oh, you thought literally crushed you? Okay, then it's Kiamides, the Lord of Beans. Little beans.
Oh, 50K beans.
Beans! People want beans. We want beans! Oni versus Tengu, who would win? I think Tengu would, because Tengu are incredible. Tengu are yokai just like Oni, but Tengu... Well, it depends on the Oni, because if you're talking about Otakemaru, he would defeat pretty much almost anyone. But if we're talking just common Oni versus common Tengu, are we talking Dai Tengu or Kotengu? Because I think a Dai Tengu would win, but a Kotengu would lose. against an Oni. Kotengu are the simple, like, raven
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Whereas Daitengu are the ones with the long noses, the
Yeah.
wise master swordsmen. I think they would win.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cherokee Williams, who is the lamest god or goddess or other? Is there a god that just retreats all the time? Like, nope! Is there?
I'm not sure. There are lots of gods that don't really fight like Aphrodite. I would say one of the lamest ones is Anput. And I'm going to tell you why, because there's no creativity to that god. The Anput is if Anubis was a girl.
Oh.
That's it. And that's one reason that Anput is like my least favorite. I'm like, you didn't even try, Egypt. You didn't even try. At least this one with the sheet over it is cute. Like, somebody said, if Candy Shop is Zeus's theme song, what would Aphrodite's theme song be?
Ooh.
I think you can come up with something good for this one.
I think. Theme song for Aphrodite.
I want it all. I want it.
I'm sexy and
Yeah,
I know it.
That also kind of feels like Apollo's.
Yeah.
Give me all of your attention.
Oh yeah, that one.
I want summer in the Hamptons.
Yeah, that would be Aphrodite.
That would be Aphrodite.
If I cannot have it right now, I don't want it at all. That song.
Favorite shirt from your closet behind you. So from there, okay. Well, a lot of my shirts are in my dresser, but favorite shirt in there. Favorite shirts. A lot of those are blazers. But I do have this fun like Hawaiian style Star Wars shirt in there that I really like, which I can't fit into right now. But hopefully, if I lose some weight, I'll be able to fit into it. My favorite shirt in my dresser. Actually, this is one of my favorite shirts. I really like this shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the next person on here. G.F.S.S.F55 says, oh, they wrote that. They wrote, oh, what do you think about the take that overly sarcastic production did about Loki? Wow, okay, a lot of people want to know this. Like, was Loki indeed intended to be god of household? Or that his story with his children is really similar to the story of a great parent whose children freed the world from Asgardian buttholes? People really want to know this, so I guess I should I should definitely try to do this at some point. Mm-hmm. Charlie Goldstein says, thoughts on the cult of Dionysus? The Maenads. I've heard a lot of conflicting facts about them, so I was really curious what you know about them and opinions. I'll be honest, I don't have a ton of knowledge on the actual cult of Dionysus. I know about the Maenads, who were like very party crazy and very alcohol crazy, and I believe they would attach pine cones to staves because one of Dionysus's symbols is a pine cone staff. I would avoid them because they're a little nuts. But yeah, I don't know what, are they still a thing? I don't know if they're still a thing. Like, there's not a lot of stories about them in the mythologies I've read. I just have basic info. But my thoughts on them are they scare me. That's what I think a little bit. I always thought it would be cool for there to be some sort of horror story about the Maenads where it starts out as it seems like it's just a party, but then it devolves more and more into ruthless, horrifying behavior as it goes on and on. I always thought that would be a really
that would be cool. That's a movie.
Yeah. Where you go in expecting a party, and eventually you find you've been there for way longer than you thought.
Oh, that would be so cool.
And you realize also you can't find the exit.
I want that.
And it keeps getting worse and worse.
I want that.
I think that would be really awesome. Sleepless Night says, there are several Greek myth-inspired movies, TV shows. I was wondering which ones you have seen and which one is your favorite. Movies and TV shows. Okay, well, which ones I have seen? My favorite is Disney's Hercules. That's the favorite one. I know it's not accurate, but I love that movie, and you can't talk me out of it. You can't change my mind. But I've seen so many. I've seen Clash of the Titans. I've seen Wrath of the Titans. I've seen the Percy Jackson movies, unfortunately. I've seen Immortals by Did Zack Snyder make Immortals? I don't know. That movie was weird. I might do a review of it in the future. I've seen Mulan. I've seen the new Mulan again, unfortunately. I've seen Moana. I've seen so many. It would be really hard for me to list all of these. I saw Blood of Zeus. Did a discussion video of it on this channel. Saw Raya. Did a discussion of that. Saw Wonder Woman. Did a discussion of that. There's a lot, but my favorite is Disney's Hercules. I love that movie. It's not accurate, but I still love it anyway.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have a favorite myth-based
I love Hercules too.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Yay!
If all the Karen in it says, if all the mythologies fought, who would win?
Either Hindu or Norse. I say Norse because they're literally preparing for battle every day, whereas the Greek gods are doing a lot of relaxing. They really are.
Why Hindu?
Hindu because they've got because they have Shiva. Shiva is like one of the big be all end all characters. So it's but then again, Greek has characters like, Tartarus and Chaos and shit, so it's hard to say. That's the thing about Norse. They don't have a lot of, primordials. Their big primordial is Ymir, and he's dead. So it actually, yeah, if we're incorporating primordials, it might come down to who's more powerful, Tartarus or Shiva. Not Tartarus, Chaos or Shiva. It might come down to that. Yeah.
Davey says, I'd say Egyptian would win. I have a bias, yes, but come on. Egyptians have a reality-swallowing snake.
That's true, they do. But that snake has been beaten by Ra, Set, Sekhmet, and Bast. So that's the thing. And not all at once, individually. So, yeah. Okay, L. Lloyd says, thoughts on primordial deities like Erebus, Nyx, Gaia, etc. Wow, I was just talking about that. Yeah, they're cool. I think they're really cool, and we are working on a way to incorporate them into the game. I made cards for some of them, you remember, and yeah, we're working on how that can function. It would be after launch, though. It's probably going to be a stretch goal along with the Titan deck. We might see if we can hit enough sales. We'll throw the primordials in there as well, probably. But yeah, I'm already working. I've already done cards for Gaia, Uranus, Tartarus, and Pontus, and I'm trying to think of a good way to add in fan favorites like Nyx. And I've been thinking about adding in the Egyptian primordial god. Their primordial god is Ma'at, order.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about finding a way to add that in. All right. Ikgyga, IKYGA, Ikiga says, what's your opinion on OCS about mythology? Do you think they have to be 100% accurate, like demigods or demons? What's OCS? I don't know what that is. Can anyone tell me what OCS is? Protect her from your girth with the greatest lube on earth.
Oh,
what are people doing?
I think that's the YouTube for that product. Joy.
Okay then. Question: what would you do if the Kelpie approached you? I'd go in the other goddamn direction. That's what I would do. Fucking hell. Original character situation.
Ooh, I know. Wait, I'd bless a flamethrower towards it. Could you get out of water?
Yeah, maybe evaporate that shit. Evaporate. You just have a flamethrower on you at all times? Okay. You bring in the fire here? I
always have the fire.
All right, well, if it's original characters, then you technically can't be accurate. So, I don't know. If my views on if you're adapting mythology like Percy Jackson or God of War or stuff like that, you don't always have to be totally accurate. It's nice to be as accurate as you can, but so long as you can make it interesting and cool, that's what matters a lot. I do always appreciate how the Rick Riordan stories are rooted in a lot of accuracy. Muhammad Yusuf says, have you ever thought of reacting to an overly sarcastic productions video?
Okay,
I'm sensing a
it's
pattern here.
Austin.
Their videos have really good research. I do know that. I recommend the Loki video.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a must-do at this point. Or the Hades and Persephone video.
Yeah.
It's a must-do at this point. All right, Sarish Sharasia says, just wanted to say I love your content and nice shirt. Thank you. Wow, that's nice. Is she talking to me or you?
Well, I mean, that was a...
No. She's talking to you.
Yeah, hello.
Nice shirt. What shirt was I wearing in this? Oh, the Kingdom Hearts shirt. All right. You like Kingdom Hearts, huh? Nice. All right. Random Xeons asks, what's your favorite part of the Trojan cycle? Like the Odyssey or the Iliad or... okay, I see what you're saying. Probably the Odyssey. I really like those stories, and because I'm a guy who really likes mythical creatures, and there's a lot of creatures encountered along that journey. So yeah, probably the Odyssey. It's not the Iliad. I'm not I don't have a huge interest in the whole Achilles Patroclus thing. I know a lot of people do, but for me, I'm just like, yeah, okay. I'm a lot more interested in the Odyssey.
Oh, Jake Compagna says, do either of you have a background in education? And if so, what degrees did y'all go for or / field which fascinates you the most?
Me, no. I dropped out of college. You?
Yeah, I have a degree in behavioral science, so I love psychology, everything about personal development.
It's how she manipulates me.
What? So I love psychology.
Whenever I say that off camera, she goes, yes. Say it on camera. What? No!
Oh, this is a sweet comment. Look at this.
Oh, can we get Wilda to recite the Pickle Rick
What?
Just, like say some of the lines from the episode.
Oh, wubba dub lub. That was a sweet message. Wait, where was it? Hold on. Oops, where's it? It's gone.
I think it was.
Oh, this one. No. Masoot Animation says,
I support everything you do. This content is what keeps me going. You got me into Greek mythology, and I like how you can make Greek mythology interesting without going into specifics. Please respond. Aww. Well, that's so sweet, honestly. That makes me really happy. And yeah, I really love getting comments like that. That's really
that's
sweet.
really nice.
Yeah. Well, you got to recite the Pickle Rick. I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. I'm Pickle Rick. Well, you knew wearing that shirt would lead to Rick and Morty's.
He does a better Rick and Morty.
You gotta, here, there he is. Grab him. Grab him.
Grab him. I killed him.
Well done.
I killed Pickle
You
Rick.
killed Pickle Rick. No, look. I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. Yeah. How could you knock Pickle Rick out of his place? And how could you kill Pickle Rick?
See, you can't kill Pickle Rick.
That's true. Pickle Rick kills you.
True.
Yeah. I'm Pickle Rick. Yeah, I got her into Rick and Morty by traumatizing her. I showed her my favorite episodes, which are the Meeseeks episode and the Parasite episode.
Oh my god.
Your favorite scene was Jerry and Sleepy
Yes!
Jerry together. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yes, Rick and Morty!
Can't wait for the
That's why I did the Rick and Morty and did you guys like my Rick and Morty in Australia video, by the way?
Oh yeah, you guys should check that out. He had a TikTok, Rick and Morty meets Australian myth.
I can't believe Pickle Rick died.
I know.
Thank you, my friend. Keep up the good work. Oh, it's Masood.
Aww.
This is the most adorable live I've ever had. Do you watch AOT? Oh, Attack on Titan? Yeah, I've seen the first 2 seasons. I'm waiting for the show to finish, and I thought this was the final season, but then I heard they've split it up into 2 parts, and we're going to have to wait like a year for part 2 of a season.
Oh.
That's just another season at that point.
Yeah, that sucks for you.
Anyway, so yeah, I like Attack on Titan, but I'm waiting for it to totally finish so I can just binge it, you know? Dumb question. Did ever existed a... Oh, is Kratos a real thing in Greek mythology? Yes,
Yep.
actually, though. There is a Kratos. He's like a god of strength. He's a child of the river Styx. Like he like the river Styx actually has a few children in Greek
What?
mythology.
The river?
It's a being, kind of like how Nyx is both the night and a goddess. Like the Styx is both a river and a goddess.
Oh, my father is a river.
Yeah. Yeah, so there actually is a Kratos in Greek mythology, but he's very different from Kratos in the God of War games. Like, he's still, like, buff, powerful, and strong, and could probably take on... But Kratos in Greek mythology is actually, like, a loyal, like, servant of Zeus.
Daddy
so
sticks.
Very different. That's the suffering of an anime fan. Get half the season at one time and the other half at a later time. Yep. Have you watched TUA? Nothing to do with mythology, just love that show. What's TUA? Someone's going to have to tell me what TUA is.
Hannah, Kratos goes to a family reunion and it's a lake.
Oh, the Umbrella Academy. No, I have not seen that. Yeah. I hear it's interesting. Sorry if you've already answered this, but any mythology inspired you to learn a language? Norse inspired me to learn Icelandic. Oh God, I can't tell you how much I would love to know all these languages. I couldn't even learn a second language in high school. Guys, I'm not even unilingual. Like, I know enough English to, survive. I know enough to go into a store and be like, pizza, pizza, coke, please give me coke. Me want coke in mouth. Wet coke. No, really though, I'm so bad at learning languages. Like my parents have tried to get me to learn Japanese, German, Georgian, French. I failed every single one.
Ooh, this is fun. Cherokee Williams said, if a food item was a god/god/goddess, what would you worship? And I would worship a cookie.
Pizza. I gotta worship the Lord of Pizza.
Yes.
Yeah. There is a food god. Did you not hear? Kiamides, the Lord of Beans. That is exactly how he talks. He goes, hello, I am the Lord of Beans. And that is the greatest video I've ever made.
Screaming in pain. Good night, screaming in pain.
Screaming in pain is going to bed. Okay. You're going to go to bed screaming in pain. All right. Beans. You play Assassin's Creed Origins? Yes. That had a lot of references to the myths. Yes, it did. And eventually we're going to maybe stream that on our streaming page. And that we're going to do Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Assassin's Creed games that lean a lot more into mythology. But we're not getting Valhalla anytime soon because it launched with horrific game-breaking bugs, and now they've, instead of fixing those bugs, you know what they've added in? They've added in a whole bunch of monetization. Like
Joy.
It's like, hey, can you fix the game? And they're like, we will, but first, more ways to squeeze more money out of people who already paid for the game.
Andrew, it's about
money. It's about money. You guys need to watch Shark Tank.
Yeah, you need to watch Shark Tank. Mr. Wonderful will change your life.
Yeah. All right. Fielder T says, what is your suggestion for Fielder T? I just heard that. What is your suggestion for a book or books for someone who is wanting to learn Greek mythology? Okay. Well, again, I've got the Amazon store page, which is in the link of every video, but the main one, so you want to learn Greek mythology. If this is your entry, you got to read Dowleri's Book of Greek Myths. And if you plan on buying that game, please buy it through my store page because then I get a few cents. Please. But yeah, Dowleri's Book of Greek Myths is a fantastic introduction to myths, as someone in the chat said much earlier.
Night, Hannah.
Kanye Young is having fun with the joke we were making earlier, as you can see.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. You have to read it.
You want coke wet in my mouth. All right. Yeah. Night, Hannah.
Night, Hannah.
All right. The Lord of Beans. I love beans, especially on toast. Ooh. I'm actually not a big fan of beans myself. The only beans I eat are Bertie Bott's every flavor beans from Harry Potter. Oh, don't you? How dare you disrespect the beans? Oh, also Mighty Beans. All right. We've got Mace Lord. Have you ever seen the "I got a jar of dirt" meme? Yes, I have seen. That's from Pirates of the Caribbean. I got a jar of dirt. That became a huge meme every time someone said, "All right, so I've got guys, I just got a new house." Someone would post in the comments, "Oh, I got a jar of dirt."
I love that.
Also, will you ever get a Discord server? Oh, funny you should mention that. Ooh. I just made one recently, and it should be in the description of this video. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I made one. It's called The Mythology Fans. And, just go there and dick around. I hope I made it right, because this is the first time I've ever made a Discord server. Mm-hmm. But if I screwed up in any way, you guys can let me know.
I'll let you know.
You let me know anyway, even though I don't ask. No. Okay, so Kin Ellingson says, any updates on the game? I have not gotten an email in a while. Okay, so we talked about the game. How's the email thing?
Yeah, that should be set up within this week. Yeah, email should be coming out.
We ran into some problems with the email thing we were working on, and we're sorry for that.
Yeah.
But I think we figured
we figured it out.
Now.
So their email should be coming in regularly, like this week.
Hopefully, yeah. So that's our bad. But yeah, we should be past that point now. So sorry about that, Quinn. But thank you very much for subscribing to it.
Bye, Masood Animations.
Oh, Masood is leaving. Oh, bye, Masood. I hope we were able to answer your questions well. Do you know they're taking Johnny Depp out of Pirates of the Caribbean? You know what? That franchise is kind of dead anyway, which makes me sad because I love the first one so much. It's one of my favorite movies. Mm-hmm. But that franchise, it's not like he's being taken out at the height of its popularity. So,
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. I hope Johnny Depp does well. Like, I'm glad his Dior sponsorship didn't drop him. All right, from Vanaheim Stories, this is probably a weird question, but here we go. Have you ever made your own custom pantheon with your own original gods? I do it for fun, and I was curious if you've ever done it. I have not, honestly. I've made my own superhero teams and stuff, but I've never made my own gods. That's one thing I actually have not done.
You made your own god on that game, the fighting game. You made your own.
Oh,
character.
That wasn't a god. Like, if she's talking in Soul Calibur 5, I would use the custom character function to recreate gods from mythologies. But I also just made some regular characters, and she thought those were gods. Those weren't gods. Whoa, that sounds fun. I will talk to you friends next time we do this. I have notifications on. Oh, yay!
Talk to you next time.
I think Poseidon slept with the second Gorgon sister and had Orion. I actually don't know who Orion's parents are. I need to look that up. Don't you trigger me. Is there a toilet or poop deity? Not that I know of. I'm sorry. There probably is. I should look that up. How would you best briefly describe the Dagda of Celtic myth? Oh, okay. Wholesome, extremely powerful, but don't piss him off. Like, the Dagda is he's like a more wholesome Odin, I would say. He's like the Allfather of Celtic myth. He's the king, but he's a humble guy. He's got a big gut hanging out,
Santa.
And he carries a cauldron over his back, and he carries this big staff. On one side, the staff brings life; the other side brings death.
So he's Santa and Krampus together.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was a little bit of the inspiration for Santa. But yeah, the Dagda seems like a really pleasant guy, but he could fuck you up if you wanted to. So he's got a staff bringing life. Oh, you pissed me off. Turns the staff around. Run away!
I love that. Oh, what's their name? The Impossible Triangle says.
You are an amazing mortal and have brought me through 2020 and 2021. Aww. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You need to play Good Hood. I've never heard of that. Goodhood. Were you trying to say godhood? What? Oh, well, there went that comment. Okay, scroll back because I started reading it. I should finish it. What are your opinions on Lovecraft's pantheons of gods? Okay. I don't know a ton of Lovecraft mythos. I've read The Call of Cthulhu. And I think it's incredibly creative. It's like a horror pantheon that he tried to create, and it's really interesting, honestly. But I haven't finished reading it all yet. I've only read a couple of Lovecraft stories, and yeah, I've read The Call of Cthulhu. But the first Cthulhu story, Cthulhu's barely in it. He just appears as this. I don't know if Lovecraft was expecting it to get as popular as it was, and I think later he wrote the rest after that. But I think Lovecraft, even though the guy was a bit of a prejudiced person, was very creative, and I highly recommend his work. It's really interesting. Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a read though, so for anyone who's not ready for that, just be aware. Okay, my thing is glitching out a bit. I'm having some trouble with it. Okay. Silver Fist says, how did you learn so much about Greek, Egyptian, and Norse mythology? Who is your favorite god of each? Okay, favorite Greek god is Hades, favorite Egyptian god is Anubis, favorite Norse god is Loki. How did I learn so much? Well, my mom started reading me Greek myths when I was little, like I said, and I got into Egyptian and Norse when I started playing Age of Mythology. After that, it was a lot of books and a lot of internet. Book sources are from Jake Jackson, Dow Larry's, Matt Clayton, and Horrible Histories. That's a really fun series for kids. Greek, I started with Dow Larry's, and then it was really just any Greek thing I could find after that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and a lot of the books I read are in the Amazon link if you want to check those out.
Project SOS says, who said he was mortal? Oh, are you immortal?
They're figuring it out. This is not good. If they figure it out, we're going to have problems, and then we're not going to know what to do. Anyway.
Elizabeth Mason. Oh, wow. Imagine being a poop goddess. That'd be real shitty.
That sounds like a crappy job. Yeah. When did you marry? Well, you see, in my culture, when we're at the age of 6, we have to get married. Yeah, to our great-grandmother. So I got married to my great-grandmother, even though she had already passed away. It was a very awkward cemetery wedding. It said, this is the birth of a relationship despite the death of someone who's in it. Mm-hmm. And
the new phase.
Yeah, we proceeded to take the ceremonial bottle of 7-Up and put it on the ground for me to step on. However, it was a plastic bottle, so I had to jump up and down on it until I tripped and cracked my skull against the tombstone. And that was when I woke up and realized this was a stupid idea.
This is why you're great at improv D&D.
Yeah. I'm not married. Are you married?
I mean, I'm in that marriage fluidness, I could be sometimes. Sometimes I'm not.
Anyway, we're just gonna stick my fingers in her earlobes. Anyway, all right. So anyway, I think that answered Silverfist's question. Kit Kat asks, "Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar." All right. I've been trying to learn more about Norse mythology. Books you recommend for someone wanting to learn more about? Again, Amazon store link. But Dow Larry's also wrote a book on Norse mythology. So Dow Larry's was a great intro for me to Greek mythology. I think Dow Larry's is also a great intro for Norse. And another fun, if you read that and you want more, there's a really good book by Neil Gaiman on Norse mythology. And Neil Gaiman is a wonderful writer. So I would recommend him. And then, after that, there's, like I said, there's Jake Jackson, there's Matt Clayton, and there's Horrible Histories. Those are all good sources, too. But if you're done with all of that and you want to become a real expert on Norse mythology, you have to read the Eddas. There's a book called the Prose Edda and a book called the Poetic Edda, because those are the big collections of Norse stories. They are written in a poetry way, so be ready for that. But for just starting out, start with Dow Larry's, and then the rest of that comes after, if you're interested. Yeah. Okay, what is your ideal profession? I want to make games and do comedy, so I'm kind of living it. I'm in step one of it, What about you? What's your ideal profession?
Tony Robbins. Goals.
She wants to inspire people. What could be Hephaestus's song or Hera's? So Hera's song would be, "Ooh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do." That is 100% Hera's song. In fact, I tried to do a video of that once, but it immediately got taken down.
Yeah, we were gonna do a video called
Like,
the theme songs of the
if
gods.
the gods had theme songs, and we had like Dionysus, shots, and Hera, ooh, and Ares like light it up. We had a lot, and we had Artemis going, "I don't need a man to make," and Apollo going, "I'm too sexy." I was really proud of the video.
So
it was a lot of work, and then puts it up, immediately gets taken down, and didn't work. Made me sad. But Hephaestus's theme song. Is there a theme song that's like building stuff?
Bob the Builder.
Yes, that's Hephaestus. Bob the Builder. Yes, we can. That's Hephaestus's theme song. Really recommend Neil Gaiman's book. Yeah, so do I. All right. All right. Glitchy person asks, if you had to take over the job of any Greek god or goddess, what job would you pick? Dionysus, I want to party. Party. By the way, love your videos. Stay safe. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I like I said, I'd love to be like a party god. I'd want to be a fun god who helps people have a good time. Why don't we pull this in a little, because I feel like there's a big gap between us. So yeah, what about you?
What
would be the god job you would want?
The god job that I would
like
want?
whose role would you want to fill in mythology?
Maybe the god of love.
Ooh.
No, Cupid. Because
you would want to cause love. Yeah, I could see you doing that. I could really see you doing that. Is Eris and Ares pronounced the same? Oh, I think I just answered your question. I must know that. Yeah, Eris is Eris. Ares is Ares. When I was a little kid and my mom read me Greek myths, she pronounced Ares as Ars. She said, the next god is god of war, Ars. I was like, that's a weird name. And then I heard it in a movie once. I was like, that's not how she said it.
Ars.
I pronounced a lot of gods' names wrong at first. I used to call Persephone Persephone, Aphrodite Aphrodite. I still have a bad habit of calling Demeter Demeter. I didn't realize how much the E is pronounced in Greek mythology. Ares, Persephone, Demeter, Aphrodite. I just tried to pronounce them normally.
Yeah. Bye, Ace Anderson.
Oh, Ace Anderson's leaving. Oh, bye. Bye. How about Material Girl for Aphrodite?
Yeah.
That actually makes sense because Hephaestus gives her a lot of jewelry. Oh god. What is your favorite puns?
No.
You go first.
No, I don't have any.
Oh.
No, I'm punished all the time from these puns.
That's my favorite one. Punishment. It's hard to pick a favorite. It's like picking your favorite child. I really like that one pun. Like, what do you call a god trying to lose weight? A deity. Yeah. There's so many I really like. Hey, you've come up with some.
You'd be god of parties at major. That would be your major, minor, and puns.
Yeah, that would be something we do at the parties. It'd be like, all right, time for open mic at the party. Hey guys, what do you call a god on a diet? A deity.
Me doing the
Yeah, be like, I'm a god, laugh. Remember that one video I did? Yeah, well, I'm still a god, so laugh or else. Yeah. Hey. Shipwrecked Legend says, definitely get a Patreon. Okay, well, I'll look into that. Ski Gamer says, is that Ski Gamer or Psy Gamer?
Maybe Psy.
Okay, Psy Gamer says, who's your favorite god out of all the mythologies? It is Hades! People love to ask that question.
Hades.
Oh, and then Xavier replies, Norse? Okay, Loki. So, yeah. Murha, MRHA, says, how do you feel about people comparing Camazots to Batman? So did you know that? So there's this ancient Mexican armor set
Okay.
based on Camazotz, the death bat god.
Okay.
It looks very similar to Batman's uniform.
Oh, that's funny.
So I actually think that the people who created Batman may have been inspired by that armor. So I think it makes perfect sense to compare the two. The Death Bat, like, of Darkness, to Batman, who's literally like a dark superhero vigilante. I actually love it, and I really would love to see like a DC comic or something where Batman actually like goes back in time and like meets the warrior who wore that armor, and it's like,
oh no, they did the Spider-Man meme. Like...
yes. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Camazotz the warrior and Batman all like, that'd be fury. That would be fantastic. Kanye Young, Kanye East's son. Oh my god. I got a pun for you. Why doesn't Anubis like D&D? Because of damage scaling. Oh, because of the scales. You hurt, Wilda. Do you like anime openings? Yes, I love them.
Oh, just...
Okay. Oh, wow. We've been going for an hour and 49 minutes. Okay, I'm going to try to finish off these YouTube questions quickly, guys, because it's been almost 2 hours. Okay, Adam Hillerson says, who is your favorite Greek goddess? Mine is Artemis. Either Athena or Hestia. I love Athena for being a total badass, but I love Hestia for her wholesomeness. So I like them both for different reasons. What about you?
Favorite
Greek goddess.
Greek goddess? I mean, Athena's smart.
Yeah. A lot of people like Athena. Yeah. All right. Shankar Tilakar says, I really love your videos. Here are my questions. Number 1, when are you going to make a Discord server? I did. It's in the description of this video. Number 2, when do you think Athena will kill Zeus? I don't think she'll kill Zeus because I think that prophecy was if Metis had a son and Metis had a daughter. So Zeus kind of ate her for nothing. But, you know, I guess if he didn't eat her, he would have eventually put a boy in her because he has to put babies in everyone. Number 3, do you think the God of War games are making the gods look weaker? I don't think anyone thinks of the gods as weaker as a result of the God of War games. People just think of Kratos as more and more of a badass. That's what I think. Project SOS, oh, I've spotted you in the chat a few times, says, question, what is your favorite pantheon of myths? Mine is Irish. Okay, we've touched on this a few times. It's hard for me to pick a favorite, but if I had to, I would say Greek, because I know it the best and I've known it the longest. All right, Khalid Al-Ghanim says, my question is, will you do worldwide shipping? Because I live in the Middle East and I would love to buy your game, but I don't know if I could because of the whole shipping international stuff. My goal is worldwide shipping.
Yeah, I don't think it should be that big of a problem because
we talked to someone about it and they said worldwide shipping should be possible.
Yeah, like the only con, like just a heads up, if ever we do worldwide shipping is especially because of, you know, the world situation.
Right now.
It may be more expensive.
Yeah, there might be some difficulty with shipping charges.
But it shouldn't
but
be a
it
problem.
should always it should be completely possible.
Yeah, it should be
the
possible.
Thing. Like it should be available in your area. I just don't know how expensive the shipping will be. That's the one thing that we're a little worried about. But we 100% want to get the game to you. I'm glad you love the idea of it and want to buy it. Thank you very much, Khalid. That's really sweet.
Thank you.
Okay, your mate Jester. Ooh, our mate Jester. Yay, the Jester that we mate with. Says, 1, is it worth buying the Journey to the West books if you are just starting to learn Chinese mythology? So. Oh no, that's a big freaking story with a lot of intricacies. If you want a more beginner book, I'd say pick up the Monkey King's Amazing Adventures. It's in the Amazon store that I made. So I'd say that's a better choice. Like the Journey to the West full books are for like die hard.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge freaking story. Or you could always just pick up Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I could start there.
Yeah. Number 2, who's your favorite god in every mythology? Okay, once again, Hades, Anubis, Loki. In Aztec, it's Mictlantecutli. In Chinese, it's Sun Wukong. In Japanese, I'm not sure. Maybe Hachiman, maybe Raijin and Fujin. I really like them. In Hindu, it's Kali. And in Celtic, Do I have a favorite god in Celtic? I don't know. The Morrigan's really cool. I actually do really like the Dagda though. The big fat like leader of the gods. He's so like interesting. Let's just say the Dagda for now.
Yorha Lollybot be like, why Zeus always horny? Why? Answer it.
Well, because you see, when Zeus was born, he had 5 siblings who were being digested by their father, and they never got a chance to go through their teen years when they were when they would have been exploding sexually. Ooh. They went right from babydom to adulthood when they were puked back out. Babydom. So Zeus had to absorb the sexual teenage energy of every single one of them and make up for it. So, and thus Zeus's whole however, there were lasting side effects. That much horniness does not simply fade out. Zeus was so horny that he had to put his dick in everything and everyone. And thus, he bared the burden and continues to. Zeus is the victim here.
So you're saying Zeus is wholesome. You're saying, he's good person.
He's horny-some. The poor man.
You heard?
That's why Zeus is so moody.
Yeah!
So there,
so
guys.
Y'all heard the myth here.
Thus is the reason for Zeus's horniness. Poseidon passionately hugged Demeter against her will. Correct? Correct. In the form of a horse. That's where Arion came from. Why is Aphrodite a massive female dog? Because she's also the god of being overly lustful and stuff. So, she kind of embodies, being the goddess of love, but also the toxic traits that can come with that. So that's the idea.
Yeah.
Bury his dick. You're just giving him another hole to put it in, guys. The earth. So you want Zeus to put it in Gaia now? Is that what you're saying? In his own grandmother? What is wrong with you? You're sick. Okay. So number 3 question from your May Easter. 4 best mythology games by your choice. Okay, Age of Mythology, God of War 4, God of War 3. Very good. Dante's Inferno is really good. So maybe those 4. I haven't played Immortals Phoenix Rising yet. I hear that's really good. And I'm sure Black Myth Wukong is going to be amazing. But for now, I'm just going to say those are the 4.
Oh, Kanye Young asked, why do you like Hades so much?
I just, I'm very partial to underworld gods. I think they're really cool. I think the idea of the underworld is really cool. I thought that as a kid. Also, he was my favorite Disney villain as a kid, so that created a little bit of a bias because he's so freaking funny in that movie. And, I love that he has a dog. I like dogs. I was always a dog person. So there were a lot of reasons I was a little partial to him. I also thought it was interesting how he was always portrayed as the villain. But when I read the actual myths, I was like, he's not doing anything villainous in these myths, though. So I became more and more interested in him as time went on. Yeah. And my favorite color is black, so that's another reason I like the underworld. By the way, I went to Catholic school in kindergarten. They did not like that my favorite color was black.
That's so funny.
That was not even an option.
Know that.
They were like, pick one of these colors for your favorite. I said, my favorite is black. They were like, that's not an option. It's like, why not? Like, pick a different one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I also like red. They were like, really? Red? Like, I like blue. They were like, blue is a great choice.
Oh, did it make you blue to have to say blue? No.
What do you think about the Hecatoncheires, the beings with 100 arms? I think they're amazing. I think they're awesome. And a pain in the ass to get artwork done for. Trust me, I know. Let's switch Uranus and Zeus's roles in Greek mythology. You're not going to get that much of a change, honestly. Okay, Michael Zelenicka says, do you prefer Norse or Greek mythology? I'm a little bit Greek because I know it more and I've known it longer. Jackson Bertoncino says, as a lifelong lover of mythology, I really love your channel. Aw, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Jackson. My question is, did the ancient Greeks have an apocalypse in their myths? A lot of religions have stories about the apocalypse, like Ragnarok. Did the Greeks have one? Thanks. I don't think so. Yeah, the Aztecs have like 6 apocalypses. And yeah, Norse have Ragnarok, but I don't think the Greeks had an apocalypse. I didn't come across one anyway. Like at the end of Dowleri's book of Greek myths, I think it says something like, and now the gods are all like forgotten or something like that. It's like they're not technically forgotten. I don't think Greece has an apocalypse, really. The closest thing they had was the prophecy that if Zeus had a son with Metis, that child would overthrow him. So I would say they had an apocalypse myth that was technically averted. So something like that. Sarah Meacham says, what's your favorite myth? Like your most favorite? The 12 Labors of Hercules. I love that story. I really love that story. I loved reading it as a kid, and I still like revisiting it now. I've made a few videos about them. In fact, one of my more recent videos is about his fifth labor. If you could rewrite history, what would you change and why? Oh, there's a lot of stuff, guys. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, where do I even start? I don't know. Do I stop the Holocaust? Do I stop slavery? I don't know. Do you have an idea?
I was thinking the main events that just hurt and killed a lot of people. I'd just make it not happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, it's really hard to pick. But I'd probably try. If there was a way I could make it so that the different races and cultures spent more time together, I would do it that way, because I feel like that would stop a lot of bad things from happening.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Thomas Julia says, this has probably been done before, but how do you know so much about mythologies? I'm being a jerk. Mythologies. What are your sources, books, or the internet? Which is the most trustworthy? Okay. Well, my sources are all on the Amazon store link, and as I said before, yeah, I know so much mythology because my mom started reading it to me, and then, well, like I've said a few times, I got into all the books. I got into the Age of Mythology video game. I read Angry Aztecs, which was a horrible history book, which is hilarious, which I highly recommend. It's also on the Amazon store link. And she bought me my first Hindu myth book, which I absolutely loved and was a wonderful source. It was such a good book. It contained a summary of the Ramayana, a summary of the Mahabharata, and a rundown of all the gods and stuff. It was a wonderful source, and it's also on my Amazon store link, so you can check it out there. My only peeve about that book was they summarized the Ramayana a little too well. That part was a little too short, but the rest was done in very good detail. Bobs and Vegana says, did a story from mythology ever make you uncomfortable? Okay, so there's a lot of stories in Greek myth which are kind of fucked up. But I'm going to be honest, the story that annoyed me the most in mythology, because I had to actually put the book down and I was like, are you
Really?
kidding me? Was the Hindu myth, The Great Gambling Match.
Oh, I think
because I called you and told you about it. I was like, this idiot! You've got Yudhishthira in Hindu myth, who's literally supposed to be the wisest of all his brothers, in this gambling match where he knows the other guy is cheating, but he keeps gambling against him and betting more and more of his stuff. He knows he's going to lose it, but he's like, oh, well, I would look like a coward if I didn't agree to do it. You know you're going to lose, and you're losing all your shit. And you get to the point where you literally bet your wife and your brothers and everything. You dumb, stupid... I did a video about this called The Great Gambling Match, and then I actually really like his wife, because after he gambles away his title and everything, and then he gambles away his wife, then the guys go to his wife and they're like, oh, he gambled you away, we own you now. And she goes, wait a minute, but he gambled away his title and all his status first, right? And they said yes. And she says, okay, then he had no ownership over me at that point, because he had no title and no status. So he can't gamble me away. I don't belong to you. And you know what the guys said? They said, shut up. And they just grabbed her and took her. I was like, I was about to start liking this story because the wife is awesome, but they just take her anyway, and they strip her down in front of everybody, this poor woman. Wow. And I like how one of the brothers, he says, I vow that I will never enter heaven until I kill both of you and drink and beat the shit out of you and drink from your skulls and stuff like that. And then he does end up doing that. Yeah. But that story was infuriating. Oh, Garlic Hovel needs to go. Oh, bye, Garlic Hovel.
Bye, Garlic Hovel.
You've got school tomorrow? Okay. Karen It says, please answer. So what did she ask? If you could be god of any mythology, what mythology would it be? I'd be the party god in Greek myth.
Or maybe of a mythology, like like of Greek, of Norse.
I don't really have a specific. I don't want to be Norse because then I'd eventually die in Ragnarok. And I wouldn't want to be a god in Hindu because then I feel like I would have to like reach enlightenment, and it's like I can't even pay attention in school. I can't learn this. Egypt is too hot.
That's your reason.
Yeah, either Celtic or Greek.
Yeah,
it would be one of those. Maybe Celtic. Yeah, I'd want to be like a party god in Celtic. Boo, 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 boo. All right. Forget castrating Zeus. Loki might need it more, given Fenrir, Hell, and so on. You got a point there. Stephanie says, hello. Hello, Stephanie. Bye, person. What is the strangest god, in your opinion, out of any mythology? Probably, one of them is definitely Mesha from Egypt, like the one with the ghost cloak.
that's the cutest.
Yeah, but it's still strange. Also, Kiamedes is a weird one. But yeah, I'd say it's probably the one from Egypt, the one with the ghost sheet over it. Yeah.
What about the Japanese one that shows its anus?
That's not a god.
Oh, right.
That's what. Yeah. So I would say it's probably that Egyptian one. Well, just tickling me. Stop tickling me. I'm gonna tickle you back.
No.
Anyway, okay. So Mason asks, besides Heracles, who's your favorite Greek hero? Mine's Bellerophon. Good choice. Bellerophin's really cool. He's done a lot of cool stuff. He killed the Chimera. He fought off the Amazons. And then he decided to be an absolute dumbass and try to fly up to Olympus and got shot right out of the sky. So other than that, I like Bellerophon. I like Perseus, but Perseus, he killed, like, I like all of his gear. He's got, like, the most gear out of any Greek hero. I also like Theseus is kind of an asshole, but I really like Greek stories where a hero faces a whole lot of monsters, and Theseus fought a lot of monsters during his story, and like characters like Procrustes and Skyron and the Crommyonian Sow, Talos, and the Minotaur. So I'd say it's probably between Bellerophon and Theseus, because I really like Theseus's story, honestly, even though he's a little bit of a dick in it towards the end, like with what he does to Ariadne. He just dumps her and ditches her on an island and leaves. But then Dionysus comes down and marries her, so she has kind of a happy ending. But then there's another version of the story where she doesn't have a happy ending, because before Dionysus can get to her, Artemis kills her because she's in her way. Like, Artemis is like, I'm trying to hunt here. Artemis is kind of a jerk too sometimes.
I like nonsensical. Just a curious question for a laugh. Do you know the details of Aztec ritual sacrifice?
Which one? There's about 5 different kinds. Yeah, I think one of the most difficult details in Aztec myth is that the victim still has to be alive when you tear their heart out of their body, because the heart still has to be beating when they pull it out. They pull out the still beating heart and offer it up to the sun god. And then they just push the body over the side of the pyramid. That's why it's a pyramid. So they just go.
Is that why they shaped him that way?
Partially, yeah.
Oh,
another version is like the Aztec sacrifices. They also have decapitation, which often leads to the person then being worshipped as a god, which is kind of interesting. Then they also have fire sacrifice, which is the worst one. They put you in a burning fire and they like turn you over to cook different parts of you. Yeah. And they have arrow sacrifice, where they like mark where your heart is and they try to shoot you in everywhere but the heart first, then hit the heart. It's mean. So
they were the original Saw.
Oh god. All right. Do it for the cringe says, how are you today? Oh, look at that smiley face.
Ah, cute.
We're doing all right. Yeah. A lot of people asking how we are today. Very nice. All right. Let's see. Ooh, we got a lot more of these. Okay, I'm going to power through.
Yeah,
let's power through. What religion hasn't been affected by Christianity? Scientology. I don't think Christianity affected that at all. That was from Team ADHD. Okay, Yash Oza says, why don't you make jokes on Hindu mythology? I do. I've made several. Search Hindu on my channel. A whole bunch will pop up. Jaden Jose says, what will happen if Satan meets Hades? Satan will probably try to take over the whole underworld, and Hades will say, no, part of this underworld is heaven. And then and then Satan will be like, oh, fine, but this isn't over. That's what'll happen. Elsbicia Kardzinia Kryzostaniak, I'm sure I butchered that all to hell, says, where are you from? California. Moctezuma Vargas says, turtle to you as well, my good friend. Peppermint Life says, this is dumb, but what mythology do you think would make a great sitcom? I think Greek would make the best sitcom with all the drama that goes on there.
Yeah.
Dylan Jones says, have you heard of a game called Smite? Free-to-play third-person multiplayer MOBA video game developed by... Okay, you're going through all the info on the game. I have played Smite, but I don't really like MOBAs, so I kind of lost interest. But I might just play it like once or twice on Twitch for you guys, because I know a lot of people keep asking about it. I did used to play it, but I kind of lost interest. Also, what about VTubers? There are 5 English VTubers of the HoloLive company. Okay, now he's going through the full description of what VTubers are. I have not seen VTubers yet. That's something I could check out in the future. All right, but yeah, I hope that answered your question, Dylan Jones. Darkness saying God Killer says, what your favorite gods in Norway? Okay, so my favorite Norse god is Loki. That's my favorite one. I think he's really entertaining and really creative. Nick6683 says, any gods to throw down in an MMA fight? Who would you pick? Ooh, shit. Okay, I would want to see... Who would you want to see fight in an MMA fight?
An MMA fight? I want the big, MMA,
I'm going to say means no weapon allowed. So, it's got to be barehanded.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Please nerf Hecatonker.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I want to see the Hecatonkeries fight in an MMA fight against who would go up be good against the Hecatonker? Ooh, Tlaloc in Aztec myth. Because Tlaloc is huge and powerful. Oh. Or Sepakli, the alligator with all the mouths.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Hecatonkeries versus Sepakli. That's what I want to see. Cool. Young Whippersnapper 2 Electric Boogaloo says, what interested you in mythology? I answered that earlier. My mom read me down Larry's as a kid, and that's what got me interested. Admiral Shadow of the Sundered Star says, if you could be a Greek god, which one would you be? Dionysus, because I want to throw fun parties with a lot of people. All right, the Fighting Fedora guy says, you don't have to, but what's your name? Andrew. I'm Andrew.
Andrew.
That's Wilda. Okay. Danny Phantom says, some of the Eternals are based on mythology. Interesting. I will look into that. Puckhead says, what is the most interesting and weirdest god or creature in any mythology? One of the weirdest ones is the Shireen in Japanese mythology, the pale humanoid body that has an eyeball sticking out of its butthole. Another fun one is the Ashiraya Shiki, the giant foot that's horrifying looking and demands that people clean it. Nothing Z says, if you had a chance to sleep with any of the gods, who would it be? I think I've touched on this in a previous stream. If I had to pick one, it would probably be Hestia, because I feel like there would be no horrible fallout. I feel like she would be really sweet and cook for me afterwards.
Aww.
I feel like that would be Hestia, and that's my kind of lady. I just like a wholesome, nice woman. Luca Sesame says, my question is, Hestia can control nature, but Zeus is the god of nature. How does that work? Okay, there's a few problems with this question. Zeus is not the god of nature. Zeus is the god of the sky and of thunder. Hestia controlling nature, I haven't really heard of that. Hestia is the god of hearth and home. Demeter controls nature, and Persephone can control nature, but in different ways. Like Demeter is goddess of all growing things, and Persephone is goddess of spring. Different nature gods often control different aspects of nature. That's how I would explain that. But Hestia is a virgin. Yeah, but you said I could pick any goddess, so I'm still picking that one. You know? Hestia is Bestia. Yes, she is. Do I have to pick a goddess who's had sex before? Because then that eliminates a lot of the options. I don't want to do it with Aphrodite. I'm scared.
Then who would it be if not Hestia?
I feel like Athena also doesn't sleep with people, and we all know Artemis doesn't. Fuck it. We'll just say Aphrodite and see what happens. It'll be a nightmare. Nyx versus Kratos featuring Boy. Your thoughts? I think Nyx would win that fight. Kratos has never fought a primordial before. And Zeus was scared of Nyx and took a lot for Kratos to beat Zeus. What's your favorite TV show? Friends. I love that show. I love it to hell and back. And she got me a Lego Friends set, which is over there, which I have shown off in my studio tour if you want to check that out. I love Friends. It started the year I was born, and I've been watching it for decades. That question was from Bingo Bango. Naman Kaushik says, in which mythology other than Hinduism are demons and monsters not necessarily evil? I have only seen in Hinduism that demons and monsters are not always evil and respected for their good deeds. That is very, very true. Another mythology where demons are not necessarily evil. There's demons in Egyptian mythology, but I haven't come across any good ones in my studies of Egyptian myth. I don't think there are demons in Greek or Norse. There are demons in Celtic, I believe. Well, then again, they're all technically fairies, but they're kind of demons. If I had to guess, I would say Celtic probably includes some that aren't necessarily evil. But I can't really... I can't think of a specific example, honestly. I would have said Hindu if you didn't say other than Hinduism, so you kind of slumped me there, Naman. Juno Vibert says, who is your favorite Rick Riordan verse character? Percy. I know that's a stereotypical thing to say, but I love Percy. Fuck you. Percy is great. Yeah. Okay, so the true and superior Lego Grievous, hey, I've got that over there, says llamas with hats or Charlie the Unicorn. Ooh, okay, they know I'm into both because I've worn the Charlie shirt and done a llamas with hats parody video. Which one do you think is funnier, llamas with hats or Charlie the Unicorn?
Same.
Yeah, it's two very different kinds of jokes, but both very pretty good similar in their own way. I'm just gonna say llamas with hats because that's got more fun shock humor. But I love both. Okay, Craig says, I've been reading Greek mythology, but for some reason I can't figure out who Eros's parents are. Was he born from Chaos or some other gods? There's two different versions of Eros's parents. One is that he was born from Nyx, like Nyx laid an egg and he was born. And the other version is that he's the child of Aphrodite and Ares. So there's your answers. Have you ever... Okay, Darren Lynn says, have you ever read about Neza? I honestly have not. I do not know who Neza is. Xavier Pies says, what would you do if you were a demigod son of Hades? Oh, I'd probably go down to the underworld and see what it's like. Like, I'd go hang out in Elysium. They'd be like, hey, like that's the Greek version of heaven. And they'd be like, hey, you haven't earned your way. I'd be like, shut up, my dad's the owner. I can hang out here if I want to. And I'd go pet Cerberus in Elysium. Yes. I'd have fun. I think it would be cool to be a son of Hades because then you get perks like that. Jason Lawless Jr. says, would be awesome if there was a Mortal Kombat-like game, but with mythology gods. I would absolutely love that. In fact, I've fantasized about that before. Maybe one day we can create something like that with our game company, Tartarus Games. A fighting video game like Mortal Kombat, but with the characters are gods. I think that would be amazing.
That'd be amazing.
Imagine the fatalities the Aztec gods would have.
Quetzalcoatl, oh shit. That'd be amazing.
A creative genius, oh good for you, says, what got you interested in mythology and the beliefs of different cultures and different time periods? Okay, once again, I've answered this. My mom read me Dow Larry's as a kid. Age of Mythology got me into Egyptian and Norse, and Horrible Histories got me into Aztec, and it kept going from there. Yeah. Nightmare says, who is your least favorite mythology god? Unput from Egyptian mythology. It's just female Anubis. There's no creativity there. And that's what upsets me a little bit. Dark Knight the Tenno says, what do you find the most interesting part of Indian mythos? Ooh, okay. That's an interesting question. You know what I find really amazing in Indian myth is the ending of the Mahabharata, where they got like all the characters they've built out throughout all of the series. It's a very long story to like come together and have a big finale that they've been building up all this time. It's kind of like the Avengers Endgame of mythology. And I think that's really impressive how they did that in the Mahabharata. So that was what I would say is most interesting about Indian mythos. Expedito Silva says, "What's your favorite version of Thor?" Mine's the Brawlhalla version. There's not a ton of versions I know of. There's Marvel, Mythology, and who else has used him? I mean, I know he's gonna be in God of War, but he hasn't even shown up yet. So I'm just. Oh well, then I guess there's also Rick Riordan. Shit, I dropped it. Okay. I think the Rick Riordan version is really funny because the Rick Riordan version of Thor, like, literally has a man cave and, like, and, like, he's like such a frat boy. I think that's really funny. So I'd say it's either just the straight up mythology version or the Rick Riordan. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of funny. Okay. Flame and Ice says, if you had to become a Greek god, which one would you be? Also, which Norse god? Okay, well, I'd be Dionysus. We've already touched on this. Norse god? Huh. I would love to have Loki's powers. I would love to be able to shapeshift and trick people and fuck with people. I wouldn't do some of the evil shit he's done, but I would have a lot of fun as Loki. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think?
What?
Like, what god would you want to be?
What god lives forever? Because not all of them, they're mortal still, right?
In Norse mythology, the only gods that survive Ragnarok and are never killed in general, I think, are Magni and Modi, Thor's two sons.
Okay, we're going male.
Okay. Shankar Tilakar says, I think you should launch a Patreon. Okay, cool. Mate says, how old are you? Much love. I'm 27 and she's 42. I'm kidding. We're both
Asian
27. We're both 27. Bacon Chew Toy says,
love that.
Bacon Chew Toy says, would you like to see my Rule 34 fan art I drew of you being dominated by Zeus?
I do. I do.
Bacon Chew Toy.
Yes.
Look, the answer is yes. Yes, I want to see that. I want to see Zeus make me his bitch. Who wouldn't want to see that? Okay, there's a problem with that. There we go. Yes, I demand you have to show us this, Bacon Chew Toy. We have to see me being dominated by Zeus, as punishment for slandering his good name. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's 6 replies to this. Oh, God. People are having a bit of a reaction to that. Okay, Golden Polonia says, do you think the story of Zagreus is worth being accepted? I personally find it very strange and don't feel like it fits very well and want to know your opinion. If somebody else wants to share their opinion, you're free to do so. Here's the thing. Mythology has so many different retellings and so many different versions of the same freaking stories that there's always going to be versions you find weird and don't want to accept. There's like 4 different versions of the Medusa story. So it's really, do you like the story? Yeah, great. Accept it. Do you like the story? No? Great. There's others to pick from. Mythology is multiple choice, honestly. So it's entirely up to you. Okay, Abby B says, who's your favorite Greek mythological character? Mine's Medusa. Okay, character in general, probably Heracles. I love Heracles. Isla Morgan says, hey, mythology guy, silly question, but if you could pair up or couple up any of the gods or goddesses from separate mythologies, who would you choose and why? For example, I would choose Loki or Tyr from Norse myth with Hecate from Greek myth, because Hecate is my favorite Greek goddess, and both Loki and Tyr are very interesting, mysterious figures in Norse myth. Okay, I would like to see how, like, some of the war gods interact with each other, like Ares and Tyr, because they have very different personalities, or Horus, Ares, and Tyr. Oh, no, you know who I want to see interact? The trickster gods. I think I've touched on this before. I want to see Loki, Hermes, and Sun Wukong talk about how they would mess with people. Mm-hmm. I think that would be amazing. What about you? Any ideas?
Oh, I thought pair up, though.
Yeah, like she said pair up or couple up. So I'll touch on that too. But like those are the mythology gods I would love to see just hang out. Mm-hmm. As for coupling up, y'all are such bad couples. Y'all make such bad partners. Honestly, it's hard to say.
I'd want to see Hypnos with like a just go 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 partner.
Like with Bast or some shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
see how he's just, oh, she doesn't love me, Russ.
That would be funny.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny, honestly. All right, let's who would I want to see pair up? I'm not usually the kind of person who tries to fanfic like couples together, so this is kind of hard for me. But I think that would be really funny, honestly, to see Hypnos with just such an energetic goddess like Bast. Like he's just like, Okay. Also, love your content. Can't wait to see more. It's great to see a community of people that are passionate about mythology. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Cranium Freak says, hey, I'm a big web novel reader and love mythology as well, so I'm curious if you are willing to look into a novel called Legend of Mythological Genes. The story doesn't have a proper ending. Author feels like MC is too much of something. I don't know, but yeah, it's a novel. Dude goes 1,000 years in the future. People find out mythology was real because mythology was way back in the past. Sci-fi, space, unlocking genes, abilities, new path. Okay, I can put that on my list of things to check out. Legend of Mythological Genes. Legend of Mythological. There's a lot of questions this month. Whew. Genes. Lightning is just space fire. Good point. How are you today? We're doing well. Thank you very much. Do it for the cringe. Mason's. I think we got them all.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's all the questions on here. All right, we're gonna probably wrap up soon because we're almost at the 2.5 hour mark. We're at 2:24. So in the meantime, like any questions you guys really want asked, please want answered, please go ahead and throw them in the chat. Will you ever react to the Percy Jackson movies? I do plan on doing reviews of those movies. That's something I really want to do in the future. All the trickster gods get into a debate over who gets the last donut. That'd be funny. Are you looking on Twitch for your questions or something else? I made a video a few days ago called Questions for the Q&A, and that's where people post their must-have answered questions. And I try to make sure that I answer those while also interacting with you guys' chat. Hephaestus and Freya are both wholesome. Yeah, that's a good point. They are pretty wholesome. I want to see Hephaestus and Hestia get together. I know they're the same mythology, but I feel like Hephaestus needs that kind of positive energy in his life. Very underrated channel. Oh, thank you. Howdy, Mythology Guy. Howdy to you too, Puck the Black Swordsman. Wow, Puck is a high-ranking person. Do you see dragons as good creatures or evil creatures? Also love your content and big 3 Norse mythology, Norse, Greek, and Egyptian. Okay, so that's like saying, do you see like, this entire race of people as evil or bad? Dragons in Asian cultures are typically good creatures. Dragons in Western cultures are more often evil, like Fafnir and Nidhogg. So it really depends entirely on the dragons. If I saw an Asian-style dragon, I'd be more inclined to believe it's a more good dragon. But if you see a big dragon with like wings and 4 legs, it's more likely it's one of the evil dragons. Zeus is just a buff Gandalf. Hey, don't insult Gandalf like that. Will you make YouTube a full-time job as soon as it pays me like one? I don't know. We'll see. How accurate looks-wise is Thor in the Marvel movies? Not accurate at all. Yeah. Okay. Have you read any of Junji Ito horror manga? No, I have not read that yet. Did Persephone and Apollo have a fling? Not that I've heard of. Persephone and Adonis had a fling, but I don't think she ever had one with Apollo. Will you ever make a video on Yahweh meeting the other gods? Oh, because I did Jesus meeting the other gods? I don't know if I'd be comfortable like portraying the role of God. Like, I feel like the most I would ever do with him is just like doing a voice, like that someone hears, like, because I don't so I don't know if I would do that. I mean, I already did it with Jesus, like how much different is Yahweh gonna be? Question: what would you do if Kratos approached you? I'd say, Hey Kratos, I have done nothing to you. How are you? I'm planning to pursue a career in film, and I have an idea: a sitcom where all the pantheons of gods live in the same neighborhood.
Yes.
It would be a mockumentary like The Office.
I
What do
love
you think?
that.
I think that's fantastic, and you have to do it now. Mandalorian Koala. What a name. See, Peppermint says they would totally watch that. Have you seen Danmachi? It's a world similar to the Riordan verse, also Hestia's Bestia. Yeah, I've had some people recommend that. I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my list of things to check out. What if Hades was a giant with needles on his back, representing each of the souls in the underworld? That's because God of War. That's what they did in God of War. That we've seen it in God of War. It looks cool, but it's totally inaccurate. Is there a Thor character in the DC universe? Yes, there is. Thoughts on Kid Icarus series? I haven't played it yet. I've played as the character in Smash Brothers, but I haven't played his games on their own yet. You've inspired me to take a classical civilization GCSE in September. I plan to take something mythology related in college. You're such a great person, and you're so underrated and deserve the best. Thank you, gamer Catacron de Potato Salad Elf. What a long name. But thank you, gamer. I really appreciate that. That's really sweet. Thanks. No problem. Thanks for answering. Are you a weeb?
No, you're a
nerd. I wouldn't call myself a weeb because I don't watch a ton of anime. I like Dragon Ball, Death Note, and Attack on Titan, but those are I haven't really seen or read much else. Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Yu-Gi-Oh!
You're a geek.
Mm-hmm. And you're short.
I am fun size. Excuse me.
Yes, you are. Anybody got any questions for Wilda before we wrap up? You should ask Wilda lots of personal, embarrassing questions. Hello, all. Hello, Captain Tasma. All right. Have you ever seen Overly Sarcastic Productions? Wow, we've been on that a lot today. I'm guessing you recommend the Loki video. Yes, I have seen them before. Have you watched hentai? I have. Have you?
Duh.
Yeah, of course. We watched together. It's a bonding experience.
Yeah, it's our meeting.
I once wrote a story about Hestia adopting an orphan left in the forest. He was the son of Marzana. Oh, that's Slavic mythology. Dang, that's an interesting thing. How did you guys meet? Okay, let's answer. That's going to be the last one.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's a good question. Okay, we met at work.
Yeah.
We used to work at a tourist attraction called The Dungeon. We were both actors there, and she saw me and she was like, wow, what an incredibly handsome, funny, charismatic, smart, incredible person. I have to be friends with that guy. That's what you thought, right?
Uh-huh.
No, we met, I had been there for a month and then she joined and we talked to each other, and she was a very passionate, very enthusiastic, very energetic person, and I thought she was really cool, and I wanted to be friends with her, and we did become friends, and
yeah, I loved bullying him.
Yeah, we became friends, and we did a lot of stuff together. We talked to each other. She's a very easy person to talk to, so I opened up to her about a lot of stuff. I eventually told her about the card game I was making. I had been making it for about 2 years at the time, I think.
Yeah.
And she wasn't a big gamer person, but she wanted to. Why don't you tell this part?
Yeah. So he told me about his game I don't know, a year-ish after meeting, and then I was always supportive about it. And, as a friend, as the years rolled by, months rolled by, I asked him about hey, how's it going? How's this happening? And, he had a lot of hiccups where it's oh, it's I haven't done this or that and stuff. And I came in saying, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried that? And he's oh, I never thought of that. And, until I started fulfilling different roles to help him make the game real, and it was just easy for me. The jobs he found really hard came really easy to me, until eventually we realized that we're great partners.
Yeah.
We work together really well, so
yeah,
now we're really making the game together.
Yeah. Yeah, and when I was in a rut because I didn't have anywhere to perform stand-up or stuff, she recommended that I start making videos.
Yeah. because like he had a background in like doing some stand-up comedy. He's always been a fun guy. And so I figured, and what I like to do is I like to study like social media, like what works and everything. And TikTok was popping, still is. And so I was like, you need to go on TikTok, and thus the mythology guy was born.
Yeah, so none of this would be happening if it weren't for her. She helped get the game I was working on out of the rut. She she found all the artists for it and all of our contacts. It was her idea to start this channel. She occasionally helps me come up with ideas for videos and how to structure them. She made all those Tinder videos that you guys like so much. I did the voices, but she did everything else on those. She's very hardworking. I'm super lucky to have this partner and this friend. And, so I'm really glad to finally, for you guys to finally meet her. She's wonderful. And, hopefully this isn't the last time you'll join me for one of these things, but we'll see. I mean, maybe you absolutely hate it. Maybe you're thinking in your head right now, I can't stand you. I can't stand these people.
I mean, my butt is paralyzed right now from sitting, but
all right.
Good.
Anyway, so that, like I said, that's the last question we're going to answer. I hope you guys... Eli said, you two look very cute and wholesome together. Oh, it's her. She's carrying this
I'm
whole
I'm the
video.
wholesome looking one.
When she's not here, everyone's like, oh, this guy. When are you going to bring the partner in? You're the only YouTuber I've looked up to. Oh, who's ever noticed my comments? Thank you so much. I love watching your funny acting skills. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, and that's a great place. I can't think of a better way to stop. So thank you guys so much for dropping by. I do have a Discord server now, so if you guys want to keep the convo going, feel free to go drop in there, and I'll drop in whenever I can. But I do have a lot going on, so I'm not going to live in that Discord server. Please realize that. All right. When's the next stream? Every month. We do one every month. And by the way, I stream at twitch.tv/Zagger literally every Wednesday. You can always talk to me there.
We're going to have a sign next time.
You can always talk to me on that Twitch channel. I love it when people come join those streams. All right. So with that, we will see you guys next time. We had a really good time. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.